Hello, party people. We're so back. There's a lot of messages in chat. I'll just read them all now, just so I'm caught up. Otherwise, I'll be fucking trying to play the game, fucking looking back and forth. All right. Pop Bill 1605 says, "Oh, oh, oh, beautiful intro song to the album known as the game we're playing." Once Goes All says, "We're back. We're so fucking back." War Mike says, "Hi. Zenit are the champions. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go." In fact, we gotta... While I read the chat, we might as well just start off by, we might as well check out Zenit and what's up with them. So let me pull that up. Let's fucking go. Hold on. Let me put that there. Put that there. Alright. I'm gonna continue reading chat now. Once goes all, happy face emoji. Or Mike says, "I'm wearing a..." It's fucked up. Or Mike says, "I'm wearing a t-shirt in celebration of our last championship." That's the wrong one. Zenit St. Petersburg. Once all says, "Nice." Da L2N says, "Hi." Hi, Da L2N. Welcome back to the stream. Once all says, "Hi, Dao Chinese characters, LOL." L2N says, Da Bai You. I assume that's what it means. I Love Taylor Swift 11 says, "Simplified Chinese." Vibing Otter says, "Hello, sir. How are you doing today?" I'm doing okay. Hold on. Let me turn down the music, bro. Why is the music on this game always so fucking loud, bro? It's way too loud for my taste. Look at them. They even baited FC Rostov into getting a red card, bro. They got so triggered. Let's see who got the highest score. Oh, they don't do the little like numbers scoring thingies. Good for Alexander. Anyway, let's get back to our game. How am I doing today? I'm doing okay. Yeah, this week I'm doing better today because I finally got enough sleep last night. But like for the last week, I feel like I was not getting enough sleep, and that really harmed my... Alright, now the music's too low. Let's turn that shit up, bro. I gotta find the right balance of music in this game, bro. It's like, it gets really loud, then it gets really soft. What's going on here? Yeah, my week was weird because I didn't get enough sleep, which caused me to not have, like, as much executive functioning as I would like. But I finally got enough sleep yesterday. So today I feel like finally freaking locked in, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it was just a weird week. I've been reading Meditations, as you can tell from the title of this. Hold on, now the music's too loud again, bro. What the fuck is up with this music, bro? It's very distracting. It's like very loud and distracting, I feel like. Hold on, and how do I control... There we go. There's a lot going on. We're a lot going on. The stream's starting kind of chaotically. That's just how I like it, though. Oh my god, this annoying-ass music. What if I just mute the music, bro? Hold on. Actually, that's actually probably a great idea, is for me to mute the music. Because we could just have the ambient noises of my city. I think that's actually much better than having this fucking loud classical-ass music blasting in my ears. But yeah, I've been reading Meditations, again, locked into Stoicism. Like, there's just a lot of annoying things, I feel like, a lot of annoying random bullshit in my life that I'm trying to, like, not let control me, you know? So, that's that, bro. Once Gazelle says, "Oh, it was Da, not Dao." Heh. Yeah, bro, you gotta... Ashton Green says, "Have you lost your wallet? I found a black leather wallet." Oh, what the hell? Yeah, bro, once Gazelle, you didn't take Chinese school, bro? That's like the first thing they teach you in Chinese school is that's Da. I Love Taylor Swift says, "Big white fish, LOL." Alright, I'm gonna call you Big White Fish L2N from now on. Or maybe just Da White Fish. Da. Oh, Da by Yi. Oh, Da. I know Yi. That's Yi, bro. That's fish, bro. I get it. One Skills Ball says, "I turn music to 20% in-game settings." That's smart, bro. I'm gonna just turn it off for now because that shit was annoying the fuck out of me, but we might go back to that. I'm not even sure, like, what our city needs, bro. Are we at a point where we can... Oh, we should probably just, like, put some of this new shit, huh? Like, put a park somewhere. Decorative elements raise city happiness, which is a key element in helping buildings evolve. It's like Pokemon, bro. I gotta make my buildings evolve and shit. And what's this? Public library. I haven't unlocked it yet. Ormike says, I think the all-nighter I pulled for the thesis gave me chronic sleep deprivation. I have slept 7+ hours. Bro, what is up with my fucking HDMI cable, bro? Don't do this to me. It's doing it to me. This fucking sensitive-ass HDMI cable. Anyway, I've slept for 7+ hours for several days in a row and still feeling sleep-deprived at work. Damn, bro. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if, like, I'm just, like, a weak little weakling boy, but, like, I feel like, oh, I have terrain tools. I could make shit, like, alright, I ain't got time to read all that, bro. We're trying to play a game. We can shift terrain. We can level terrain. We can soften terrain. We can slope terrain. Water structures. Alright, let me skim this. You could lower terrain. You could elevate terrain. You could buy soil. You could build canals and flood walls. That's crazy, bro. You can trees, rocks, and cliffs. There's a lot of shit you could do in this game, bro. But yeah, I'm like the type of guy who like needs to sleep like freaking 10 hours to feel like fully at my best self. I don't know if I'm like weak. I don't know if like I'm secretly like a cat or something, but like even if I sleep 7 hours, I mean there's that goated Sopranos quote from Paulie Walnuts, which is that a man needs his 7 hours, and I couldn't agree more with that. So you gotta sleep, bro. Whenever I don't sleep, I'm like, wow, sleep really is like the key to me like maximizing my life potential. So I forgot I slept like 12+ hours yesterday, or when I woke up today, I had slept 12 hours. I felt all the executive functioning returning to my brain. I was like, wow, this is crazy, bro. All right, we can actually start expanding our city, I guess, because like our city looks kind of like nice. I guess I could develop a secondary neighborhood here somehow. So let's do that. Kimberly Faith 260 says, my favorite philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, bro. Marcus Aurelius is goated. I mean, I don't read too much philosophy, but I'm trying to get into it. I've read the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. That's a great one. Now I'm reading frickin' Meditations. I feel like it's nice to like, because before when I was reading books, I was like trying to read like fiction, but sometimes like halfway through a fiction book, I'm like, what is the point of this, bro? Like, there's a guy, you know what I mean? Not that like, you know, every now and then it's nice to like read a fun fiction book, but also every now and then I'm like, I think I need to like understand the meaning of life more. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes you gotta mix in some philosophy with there, I think. Where's the roundabouts in this game, bro? Highways. There we go. We need a roundabout here. One skills all says cater to the zoning meters. I don't know what that means, one skills of all, but I assume that's some intelligence you're telling me to do. I guess I'll raise these people's houses. Sorry. Actually, that doesn't make sense to do it. What if we put one like here? I think that makes the most sense. Oh, don't want to do that. Warmike says 39 hours without sleep between work and finishing the thesis. That's absolutely bonkers, bro. I would actually like, I might die if I tried to do that, bro. So, I guess respect to you, but also take care of yourself, bro. Take care of yourself for sure. Why do I have these unlocked roads? Why are these roads black now, bro? There are certain roads I haven't unlocked, or is this a glitch? I feel like this is a glitch. Hold on, let me... Once as well said, I remember writing a scientific paper for the second time, and none of my colleagues wrote anything, so I had to finish an abstract and methodology in 12 hours. Bro, it fucking sucks when you're in a group project, and no one assists you in a group project. I'm, like, still triggered from, like, high school, when like, I was working on a group project, and I literally just wrote an essay by myself because no one wanted to help me on the group project, bro. I don't want a one-way road then. Hold on. Wrong road, wrong road. We want a two-way road, bro. And actually, if we could like get a big road here, that might be useful since we are trying to expand our city, bro. Once again, I'm kind of just YOLOing the construction here. So, YOLO. Something like that. And then we'll put a roundabout right here, bro. Boom. And this is going to be the start of our new neighborhood right here. Once Gonzalez says Quasimodo predicted all this, you know. That's another goated quote. Dude, The Sopranos? I gotta watch The Sopranos again. Now you're making me want to watch The Sopranos. The Sopranos, such a goated show, bro. Such a goated show. Maybe put a park right here, right next to all these power lines. Perfect. Oh, I don't even... There's different types of parks. There's a small playground, small park, dog park, park with trees, large playground, carousel park, bouncy castle park, and a Japanese garden. Obviously, bro. I am going to make a dog park because of moose, bro. We got to have a dog park for all the doggies. Boom. Everyone, look at everyone. Everyone's happy, bro. Everyone on this side of town should have fucking lived on this side of town, bro. Once Gazal says that was the first time I was awake until dawn too. Damn, bro. That sounds fucking ass, bro. Hopefully you get to stay up till dawn for a better reason. Hopefully you get to like spend a romantic night with your partner, and that'll be the new reason you stay up till dawn. Hopefully. Let's zone this for residential here. Some nice residential people next to the park, and then I think it makes sense to turn this roundabout into a commercial zone, bro. Since this is going to be the new hub of our city. Not city, of this neighborhood, bro. And then maybe we can mix in some you gotta mix in some residential areas too. So actually I think it makes more sense for these to be residential. No. Make those residential. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit. Feeling full of energy after a jog in the park, Walter Holmes says. Let's go. Snowjowski, welcome back to the stream, Snowjowski. Good to have you. Says hi. I hope you're having a good morning / afternoon / night wherever you are. What's going on? We've lost some money. Is there anything else I could build? I have some unique buildings I haven't unlocked. All right, we have libraries, bro. I don't think I've actually unlocked the library yet. Where was the library? Oh, I don't have enough money for high school or a library. That's too bad. I built a park, or like no one can go to high school, but check out this sweet ass park though. Once goes also the 3 colored bars at the bottom, green, blue, and orange. You can hover over it to see what your city needs more of. Oh, that's very smart, bro. I need some more industry. Okay, that makes sense. We might connect, maybe we'll connect this area, because this is kind of our industrial zone right here. If we can connect it there, we'll build some more industry over there, bro. But we seem fine for now. So, actually, why don't we mix some office buildings into our zone here, bro? So let's mix some office buildings in here, bro. It's not letting me do that, bro. Industrial zone. Oh, it's because it's not connected to electricity yet, bro. That's my bad. We'll figure that out. War Mike says, my experience with group projects has been pretty good, TBH. My teammates always did what they had to do, or at least tried. Maybe shit. Bro, do you see when my fucking screen cuts out due to fucking my HDMI cable sucks? I don't know. Maybe the culture is different in Russia, bro. But in America, group project culture in America fucking sucks ass, bro. you would be lucky to have like one other person in your group project who's like not even competent, like slightly below competent. On average, in like a 5-member group project, there's normally like one person who actually works, one person who like does half work, and then 3 absolute idiots. Bro, I don't know what the fuck's up with that. Snarowski says that's a rare experience for Mike. That's what I'm saying, Snarowski. Once Gazal says lucky, he is lucky, bro. He doesn't know how good he got it. And once Gazal says you can unzone by right-clicking too. Oh, that's probably what I need to do. I thought I could just... There we go. There we go. Thank you, One Skills of All, for that knowledge. Knowledge is power. Catsim says, yo, hi guys, what are you playing? I'm playing City Skylines. It's where I try to manage this city from falling into absolute ruin. Also, I think the reason why no one's moving here is, yeah, because it's not connected to fucking power. So let's connect this place here to electricity. I think something like this. That didn't do anything for some reason. Oh, it's because I didn't connect it, bro. Oh, I just built it somewhere random. I didn't actually connect it to the fucking power grid. Because I'm fucking stupid. Hold on. I just plopped it in the middle. Okay, how do I bulldoze this shit, bro? There we go. Bulldoze. Oh. Bro, what's going on with my HDMI cable, bro? We didn't have this problem last week or nothing. Once Gazval says, City Skylines, the most shit city. That's right. We're building just absolute. This is how they were building cities in like the 1600s. Just randomly fucking putting bullshit all over the place. War Mike says, felt fresh the next day, but I go to bed in the afternoon. When I returned, instead of midnight like this one. Felt fresh next day, but then I got to go to bed in the afternoon. When I returned, instead of like midnight like this one, bro, you just made a sentence that like broke my brain. I actually have no idea what that sentence means, but I think it means, I think you might be super tired, bro, because that sentence made absolutely no sense to me. So hopefully you get some sleep, bro, after crashing on your freaking paper all night. What's going on here? Why is power not again powered up here? Did I fucking fuck up again like a fucking idiot? Now I'm gonna bulldoze it again. The exact same fucking... I think I'm being stupid. Bulldoze. Oh, it's because it's not connected, bro? What's going on here? Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Maybe I just don't have enough electricity to, like, continue putting more shit out there. So let me build another thing like this. Let's build another wind turbine, bro. Oh, actually, this is another great place for wind. Right here. So let's build this. And then we'll connect it over there. This game is... There's a lot going on in this game, bro. Kessim says, nice, looks fun. I love city builders. Snarjowski is called... the game is called The Most Shit City. No, it's called City Skylines. Once Gazal says, that's what my residents would say, LOL. Yeah, bro, that's funny. Aaron was taken, says Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Well, welcome, Aaron was taken. I believe I remember you from a stream a while back, but it's good to see you again, my dude. Good to see you. What's going on here? It's telling me there's no electricity. Maybe if I do this. Hooray for the mayor. More green electricity for the city. This also goes directly across the road, which makes no sense, bro. Oh, now there's power here? I'm so confused. I Love Terra Swift says, everyone calls their city shit, just a city person thing. That might be true, bro. I call New York City shit, and I fucking hate New York City. But maybe it's just, yeah, everyone just hates their city, I guess. Taylor, once Gizval says the buildings will pop up without electricity, so will without water too. That's actually true. I totally forgot about that. So let's just let the buildings pop up, and we'll deal with the electricity needs as they come, bro. War Mike says unzones the entire neighborhood. Power is power. That's true, bro. I'm letting the power get to my brain. This is Marcus Aurelius would not approve. Strajowski says, "You're right. I have no idea what that's in reference to." Once as well says, "You have to wait for power lines to work." Oh, that makes sense, bro. I was up. Here I am bulldozing and unbulldozing them when it's just like, I just got to be patient, bro. All right, and now let's hook these people up here to some water and electricity, bro. Now it's all making sense. Let's put this here. Put this here. Boom. Get powered, bro. And get some water, too. Boom. I guess I could run the water right under the road, huh? Which will just be easier. Boom. Boom. Alright, there we go. Cassim says, "Speaking of cities, I just got back from NYC. It was a vibe, but the weather was wild. It was so hot and humid, I was dying." Yeah, bro. You must have come on like Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Or earlier in the week. Oh, wait, there's no electricity here, bro. What's going on? These people need electricity over here. What the fuck? I see the demand for electricity is simply so great that they need... Oh, and also I have no power lines here. That's fucking stupid of me, bro. What if I just put some power lines here? Will this work? Out of city limits. That's too bad, bro. Oh boy, bro, I'm starting to sweat, bro. This game is actually making me sweat. That's how much shit is going on here. I see the blinking power lines are the ones that don't have enough electricity, I'm assuming. Oh no, they're all blinking. I'm fucking stupid. That's it. Okay, what if we connect this power line here to this one? This should help, right? Since, or what if we connect this one? Hold on. Oh, man. Let's just dump another one. Let's dump another wind turbine here. This might help. Will it just, like, increase the electricity capacity, bro? And let's see what happens here. Lunskival says, "Wasn't it super hot and rainy recently?" And then, like, and now it's gotten super rainy after it got super hot. I did some research, bro. Apparently that's due to fucking something with when it's hot air rises and then it condenses and it creates a lot of fucking moisture in the clouds, bro. That's what I learned from life. Let's connect this here. This might provide some electricity to these guys. All these people here, though, on the side are kind of fucked because they're out of bounds for my city, bro. I might be able to throw an extra one. Throw an extra bone to them right there. Isle Terrasso says, "It looks like a fun place given the amount of crazy people per capita, but I have a bit of a bias because I wish I was there." That's funny that you think New York City would be fun because of the crazy people per capita, because that's exactly the reason I hate New York City, because of the crazy people per capita. It drives me fucking insane. Zdrowski says, "Do we have residents in the game?" We do have residents. You could even see them walking around here, bro. Let's click on this guy. Ashton Williams. Click on the button to open Routes Info View. The Info View lets you investigate where citizens and vehicles are going, where vehicles citizens are coming from, blah, 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 blah. He's very unhappy right now. I don't know why Ashton Williams is so unhappy. Let's look at Stephen Hancock. Having a great day. Ashton Williams, fucking having a horrible day, though. Oh, I could see his route. That's very cool. I could see where he's going, bro. He's going to, he probably doesn't like his job, bro. He doesn't like his job at Garments Limited. Where does he live? Oh, it's probably because he has a shitty commute, bro. He's got to walk all the way across town to get to his job. I can understand why you're unhappy, Ashton. Look, I'm working on building some more, industrial zones maybe nearby you. Though, if you live here, bro, why don't you work here, bro? You walking all the way here to work? You're not making no sense, dog. Anyway. We gotta catch up on chat. Once Gilal says, "One of the most fundamental things in this game is the number of people versus the number of jobs." and you got to balance them. Bars at the bottom should tell you which ones to place. Yeah, I definitely need some more jobs in my place right now. Amar Reed, what are you trying to say? Who are you to say what I can do? What's next? Ban sandals with socks? Not cool. I want freedom. What, you want to smoke, Anna? You trying to be a smoker, Anna? I know where you live, Anna Reed. Okay, I could fucking rezone your house into a fucking industrial zone and fucking banish you, okay? Don't talk shit to me, Anna. Look at me. I could bulldoze your house like nothing, Anna. So you better watch. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself and your family, bro. I'm not afraid to wield power like an iron fist. Anyway, I said I was going to catch up on China, and I'm not. Dead Paradise says, happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream, Dead Paradise. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Saturday indeed. One Skills of All says, I would delete the power lines already in the grid. LOL. Just to take up space. The power lines already in the grid just to take up space. You might be right, bro. Catsim says, City Skylines is like the classic, but I've never actually played it. Play this one where you build cities on Mars. It's super fun. That sounds pretty fun. What's it called, bro? Is it called Mars City Builder? I know the classic. Isn't the classics SimCity? But they had like such a disastrous launch a few years ago that it fucking obliterated the franchise. Sockless. Welcome back, Sockless. I remember you as well. Dude, I always, whenever I go to like a coffee shop, I'm always like, I hope that they don't remember me because I just feel awkward like being perceived in the world. But maybe they do remember me. But I do remember people on stream. So welcome back, Sockless. Good to see you. Says, I've been listening to past streams, whether I've been doing chores, cooking, etc. for the past month or so, and finally caught up to all the past streams. Let's fucking go. And honestly, that's exactly like the type of activity I'm trying to make these streams for, is like chores. Because I love watching like Northern Lion or Node, the gaming channel, when I'm like doing chores. So that's the vibe I'm going for. So that's good to see. Sockless says, these streams are so relaxing and really help me power through some stressful and tiring parts of adulting. Wanted to say thank you for your weekly streams. It generally lifts up my mood for the entire day. Let's fucking go! That's very kind of you to say, Sockless. Means a lot to me. I'm really glad that it can do that for you, and it boosts your mood. It boosts my mood, bro, when I hop on stream and I get to stream. Like, you know, honestly, these streams are like my socializing for the week, because like I'm just in such a weird time in my life socially. You know, not to put any pressure on anyone. If no one was in chat and I was just streaming for myself, I would still do it. You know what I mean? But like, I do really enjoy streaming and getting to chat with everyone and seeing what everyone's up to. So it lifts my mood, and I'm glad it lifts y'all's mood. This is beautiful to hear. Kasim says, "Hey, Dead Paradise, hope all is well." Okay, I'm not gonna read the the hellos to everyone because I got to catch up on chat. The team's all here. Kasim says, let's go. One skill says, I woke up 5 hours earlier to be here. Let's fucking go. Sorry for... I might... You know, I have been doing 12 or noon Eastern streams for a while. I'll probably start to mix it up again just to hit everyone's time zones. Okay. Faith Cook is upset because I don't have enough power because I've been responding to chat. So I'm going to dump another thing here. Let's dump another power... What if we just put... Oh, now I have no money, bro. I have no money. What's happening to my taxes, bro? I'm losing money, and I have no taxes. Hooray for the mayor. More green energy. You're welcome, bitches. That's right. Dead Parrot, Kessin says, the power's going to his head. Despot Simulator. Yeah, that's true. Where's Anna's house? I gotta fucking obliterate it. The Oriental residence. That's fucking racist, bro. Why don't we change this? You might as well call it the Chinaman residence, bro. That's what you might as well call it. I'm not allowed to call it the Chinaman residence. That's racist. Oh, yes, I am. The Cozy residence. I like the Cozy residence. That's a nice name for that's a nice name. Once goes well says high school nerd takes revenge on bullies. That's right, bro. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Alright, now everyone's power is good. We got a few problems here, though. Let's diagnose them. Garbage is piled up. Why is you're the only place where garbage is piled up, bro? I don't know why it's you guys that got this specific problem, but y'all got to figure it out. I don't know if y'all not send your trash out on time. Literally no one else has this problem, bro. And what is this? It says it's not connected to power, which makes no sense to me. Oh well. Warmike says, TBH very kind of her to tell you that I and workers and resources Soviet Republic have to build a secret police service to find out who's disloyal. So true, bro. Yeah, I've bought workers and resources, Warmike. So one of these days I'll buy it. I have heard though that it's like very complicated to learn. Like it takes you like 10 hours just to learn how to play the game. So whenever I get the time to do that shit, I'll get around that. Brittany Graham says, I think this smoking ban is excellent for a non-smoking bartender like me. This is great. Shout out Brittany Graham. She's the GOAT. She's an uneducated adult, and she works at the Ice Cube factory, but she's very happy. So she's a welcome addition to the city, in my opinion. We might have to start zoning this. It looks like maybe I should just zone this area for industrial, because no one's moving in here, bro. So let's zone this shit for industrial. Alright. And fuck it, why don't we zone this for industrial too? Alright, cool. Oh boy. Dead Paradise says, I hate being an adult. You and me both, bro. Catsim says, it's called Surviving Mars, and it's my fave game of all time. Of all time is very high praise. I will have to check that out. Surviving Mars. Once as well says, KGB heard you don't like the mayor. Yeah, bro. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Oh shit, we're building. Look at this ginormous office building going up in the middle of my city right after I rezoned it. Turns out that was a good decision, I guess. Look at me. Go me. Look, the power of zoning. Once as well says, I want Surviving Mars. Used to have it on my Xbox. High praise. I'm hearing high praise for it. Dylan Sandal says, I was waiting before the stream started, but I had to refresh 50 minutes later for the stream to actually start. I'm sorry, Dylan Sandal. I was a little late on starting the stream. That's my bad. I think I started at like 12:10. But yeah, you might need to refresh the page. I'm gonna blame that on YouTube. Don't blame me. Use quarries to finish the shoreline and allow buildings to be zoned close to the valuable... Oh, the valuable waterfront. I see. Alright. It's good to know. Quarries. Or no, quays to give waterfront a nice finish. Quays are concrete walls built on a shore. Alright, there's so much going on, bro. They're really hitting me with all this shit. They want me to build a quay right here. What if I just do it? Just to, like, see what's up. It's only $150 anyway. Alright. I unlocked an achievement too. Let's go. Alright, I think we should start building on a shoreline. Get some high tax-paying residents to move in. Dead Paradise says the friendship recession really hitting hard. That's so true, bro. So true. Cat Sim says, why are friends so undervalued, TBH? I feel like it's just hard to find people who are on the same wavelength nowadays. Everyone's just so busy. Everyone's very busy trying to, like, you know, survive in our hyper-capitalist modern world. It just, like, I feel like people are very obsessed with, like, min-maxing their lives. And friendship is not necessarily something that you min-max, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like our society is not very patient anymore. So I feel like that's a big reason. Snurdowski says, I love the routine of these streams I'm watching from my parents' place today. Let's go. Say hi to your parents for me. It's a nice routine for me too, you know? It's like, I know, like, at the end of week Saturday, I'm a game, I'm gonna do some bullshit. It's nice for me to have this to look forward to too. Da L2N says, watching while drinking morning coffee. Let's go. Da L2N, I assumed you were somewhere in Asia. Maybe that's racist because of your username, where it's nighttime, I believe, due to time zones, but Morning coffee. That's beautiful, bro. Let's go. Says I'm back home from college as well. Nice to be back. Oh yeah, how was your finals? One skills of all. Hopefully it went all well. Take your break, bro. You earned it. You earned your break for sure. This guy still has a trash problem. I don't know what his problem is, but I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. There's not enough water at the box factory and the ice cube factory and the stick factory. I see. These industrial places need some more water. So let's hook them up. Let's hook them up with our random ass water pipeline situation. Can I connect it? I would love to connect it to a node, but maybe it'll just do something like that. And we're making some more money. Let's go. We could use a bit more residential areas as well. So let's start to zone this area out over here. I don't know what the hell's going on here. We need another let's build a roundabout there and connect it. Warmike says a few hundred hours and workers and resources Soviet Republic, and I haven't ever managed to build a city. That's actually functional. That's funny. A few hundred hours, bro. I mean, maybe that's why the actual Soviet Republic wasn't so great, bro. Because that's just tough. That's just tough to handle, I guess. I don't want a one-way road, bro. How do I curve a road again? Something like this. I want to curve this road so I can connect it over there. Actually, I guess we can build some valuable real estate here. Okay, okay, something like that. Connect it like that. Does this make any sense right now, what I'm building? I don't think so. But it is what it is, bro. Hold on, I don't want it to be one way. There's a lot going on here. Shmowski says, let's go, Brittany. Brittany's back. Oh, yeah, Brittany. Brittany. I was like, who's Brittany? Brittany's the enjoyable, who's having a great time. I'm really behind on chat. I gotta read it. Don't place industrial next to residential. Too late. Too late. It happened. Snarowski says, yeah, it's a YouTube problem. Having to refresh. It happened many times to me. Once again, I blame YouTube. I'm taking no responsibility for that shit, even though maybe I should. And let's just build a big-ass road here, bro. Boom. Oh, wait, don't make it curve, though. Don't make it curved. Don't make it curved. Just make it normal, please. I don't know what happened. Straight road. I've clicked straight road, and it's not straight, bro. Dead Paralysis says, I think adults are really afraid to open up to other people and develop a relationship that's more than surface level. So true, dude. So true. It's just a tough world out there nowadays. I feel like everyone... It's very... I've got this valuable waterfront area that's going to be totally surrounded by shitty industrial zone. Maybe I could build out something this way that's not so shitty. Also, I don't know why I don't need a giant highway here. Maybe just a normal road here. Something like this? Something like this? I have no idea if any of this shit makes sense, bro. We're just YOLOing it, kind of. Yeah, like, I just feel like people are very guarded nowadays, you know what I mean? And I can't really blame anyone, because I can understand why people are guarded, because, alright, we gotta bulldoze this, actually. Let's just see what's going on here, and then we'll continue on if shit doesn't make sense. Oh, hold on, what the hell? There we go. Police offers something. Okay, I don't care, bro. Yeah, people are just very afraid to be vulnerable. I think because everything's like a joke nowadays, and like people, if you're vulnerable, it like gives an opportunity to people to like make fun of you or like, you know, joke about you. And like in our hyper like memeified, blase, oh, I'm too cool for school like, we don't live in an earnest world, you know what I mean? We live in an ironic world. And because of that, I feel like people are not very forthcoming. Everyone's very closed off and, like, trying to act a certain way. Which, yeah, it makes it difficult to form human relationships. I just think about, like, when I go to concerts, right? When I go to a concert and I'm in a room with, like, 200 other people, and we all have something in common, right? We all like the same artist, which is why we're at the concert. But I've never made a friend at any concert. And I feel like whenever you go to a concert, everyone's, like, acting super cool. They're like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm here. They don't talk to anyone else. It's just, like, a very closed off environment. When you would think that, like, hey, we're all at this concert, that means immediately we all have something to talk about that we share, which is, like, what's your favorite song by this artist? You know what I mean? But everyone's, like, too cool to, like, be open and vulnerable and talk like that. Instead, everyone wants to be like, yeah, I'm too cool for school. I'm here to fucking, you know, act like I'm here to act super cool and, like, dress super nice just to go home and not talk to anyone. Catstins 415 says, yeah, that's true, but people place importance on romance. People place all this importance on romance, but not friendship, which is wild to me. Romance... Hold on, I have to take a sip of water. Romance, that's just advanced friendship. You know what I mean? You can't have a romance without first having a friendship, which is why I agree, Cat Sims. It makes no sense to value romance super highly, but not value friendship. Like, if you become good friends with someone, that's like an opportunity for romance. You know what I mean? You're not gonna, like, jump straight to... And if you have a romance without having a friendship, that doesn't seem like a healthy situation. You know what I mean? Catson Formbob says, "Oh, how are finals? One skills fall." I'm once again, to just keep on chat. I'm gonna skip over certain superfluous messages. Not to say that y'all talking to each other in the community is not superfluous, but, you know, I'm trying to catch up on shit. Ashley says garbage is piling up. There's what's the problem with the garbage, bro? We might need another garbage area. So where is that, bro? That's here. Let's actually dump some garbage. My garbage processing status is 0, bro, which is really bad. Let's put it right here, bro. Right here. This might be able to help with the garbage situation. Let's put it... I don't know if we want to put it here or here. Probably here because we're going to develop all that area. So let's put it here. And hopefully this improves our garbage situation. I don't know what's why our garbage is bad. But let's see, bro. Hopefully this improves our garbage. Or unimproves our garbage, I guess, is the word we're looking for. What's going on here with ready-to-wear ink? Once again, I'm confused why their garbage situation is so bad. It's only them who has a bad garbage situation. They're happy, though, so we can just ignore it. I'm behind on chat. One Skills of All says, finals were enough to let me pass the classes. I know someone who did pass the math class I was taking... who didn't pass the math class I was taking, unfortunately. Otherwise, I managed to sit myself through the semester, hee. In college, like, not passing a class was my greatest nightmare. Because I was, like, I was on such a, like, tight schedule to, like, try and graduate within the time frame I wanted to. I was like, I literally, if I fail a class, I'm gonna have to be here for another semester. And I was like, I do not want that shit, so... I feel bad for that guy. I mean, even just taking a class again, even if, like, you're not on a tight schedule, having to take the same class again fucking blows, bro. You can't just be like, hey, can you just let me take the final again? You actually got to sit through the entire fucking class again, which fucking sucks. What's going on here? They have some sort of problem. They have 6 jobs available, bro. But I think it's because I don't have a high school. Everyone's fucking stupid in my town. Can I take out a loan to try and improve this city? I won't even be able to build a high school yet, so I'm going to not take this loan yet. One Once ago, also, I was trying to help her review for the final. What a gentleman. A gentleman and scholar, but, you know, sometimes that's how it be, your dog. We need a lot more residential zones. So let's build some residential zones by the ocean, dog. Yeah, something like that. I Love Taylor Swift says, as the lover girl type, avoidance are the bane of my existence. Yeah, everyone's got to, come on, everyone's got to be a little more, everyone's got to just chat. I'm also I would also consider myself a lover girl. I love Taylor Swift 11, so you and me keep fighting the good fight. Don't let all these ironic, blasé people get you down. Snujowski says, as someone who has recognized how avoidant I am only recently, I'd like to apologize. I love Taylor Swift 11. That's okay, Snujowski. We're all just trying our best. I'm sure you're trying your best, and listen, we're all working on shit. I'm working on like my ability to not get super angry and triggered at everything. That's why, like I said, I've been reading some fucking meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and it's like, you know, I still get angry, but it's like you just gotta put in the reps. You gotta put in the reps of like working to not be angry, and then maybe you'll get there. I don't know. It's all practice. The human experience is just a bunch of practice. One skill also says separate houses from individual, remove power lines, and also learn road hierarchy. Yeah, I look at my fucking random bullshit ass road system. This makes absolutely no sense, and we got a bunch of fucking wind turbines in the middle right there. Striyowski says, hold on. Striyowski says, college is a place I've met the best people ever. What's being described is my work situation right now. One skills fall. I'm sorry to hear that. Work is tough because like and Striyowski says, I love the vibes of rain at night. Me too. It makes it a little harder to see what the fuck is going on in my city, but I believe we're living in like some kind of polar time zone where shit is like all fucked. Not fucked, but you know, it's different. I can't move my mouse. Actually, I guess I don't need to move my mouse to see chat. I'm talking so fast. I'm trying to catch up to chat. Once y'all given me tips on how to build my city. Thank you. Once goes of all. Dead Paradise says, I feel so happy when it rains. I love the rain. I love this song by Skizzy Mars. It's called Minute, featuring Eamon Moe. He says, something about the rainy days in New York gives me hope. It's a beautiful song. I love it. Once ago, says college has fantastic. I mean, let's see how fast I can talk to catch up to chat. Once ago, says college has fantastic people, though. Yeah, the thing about college is that you're living in like a city, or living in like a mini city with people your same age. And once again, you all have something in common, which is that you're all working towards your degree to like, you know, get a job, and you're all in the same point in your life. The reason I hate my neighborhood is because there's a bunch of fucking old people in my neighborhood. There's like no one my age with my life experiences. When I go out and walk moose, I feel like I'm fucking walking around a retirement home, and that fucking makes me upset. So college is a great place to meet people. That Sim says, it's so hot today in the southeast of England, I'm dying. I'm sorry to hear about Dead Paradise. That was New York City a few days ago. It fucking sucks. I hope you have AC, bro. I was trying to resist turning on the AC, but then I was like, I gotta turn on the AC for Moose, because Moose, I cannot subject Moose to the suffering that I'm subjecting myself to. That's just not fair to that's not fair to my dog. We built some water for those people. I hope my screen isn't cutting off for you guys, but it doesn't look like it is, so that's good. Once Gizal says those people are going to get a big stench from the garbage pit. Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Katsim says, at Stanford there was this thing called Stanford Flake, or basically people notoriously were only interested in friendship with which if it was helpful to hustle, which was so it was pretty difficult to make real friends, but now people are pretending we were friends in retrospect. When I see them now, it's cray. Yeah. People at Stanford are very, you know, career focused and obsessed. I guess it's because if you go to Stanford, it's because you know it's like the place to go for like tech and startups, as opposed if like you went to fucking Amherst or something, you're probably like less career focused and obsessed. But Yeah, people are very transactional at Stanford. People are very transactional in New York City. Maybe that's like the thing I was saying about concerts and how they fucking stuck in New York City. Maybe that's all related, but yeah. I feel like once again, we all just have to be like a little less transactional. I think like it doesn't have to be Where should I put this fucking school, bro? I gotta, like, I want to hook up everyone. So it should probably go somewhere in the middle. So I might have to bulldoze something. I might have to eminent domain someone's ass here. Let's see who I can bulldoze. Maybe bulldozing, maybe right here. Snurowski says, ouch, those kinds of friends hurt, Cat Sims. Yeah. That's the fucking life in the jungle of a fucking Stanford. Altera Swift says, Introverted Madness Discord server win. I feel like managing a Discord server is, I'm sorry whoever just got eminent domained by this high school, but I gotta fucking get my citizens educated. I feel like managing a Discord would be a lot of work for me because, like, there's bound to be, you know, you're bound to, like, need it to be moderated. It just seems like a lot of work, but, maybe. I feel like the chat is a nice semi-Discord, and also, like, whenever I've joined a Discord, like, as a fan of someone, I just feel so weird, like, talking in the Discord because there inevitably gets to be, like, a core group of, like, 20 people who are always talking in the Discord, and then it just feels awkward if you're like not like one of the like people who are obsessed with the Discord to like pop in every now and then and just be like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? So I would like to form some type, you know, maybe build on the community. That is kind of what introvertedmadness.com was supposed to be for. So I might have to fucking accelerate development of that shit to try and make some more community, because I feel like Discord is not exactly the type of thing I'm trying to do. Though I would like to form more community. Or Mike says, in Russia, you get to retake the final depending on the class, but if you fail 3 times, you're kicked out of a university? That sounds absolutely crazy. Is it like... So then it becomes like a game theory of like whether or not you want to like even retake the final or retake the class. Getting kicked out of the university sounds kind of crazy. I feel like they wouldn't do that in America because they just want your tuition money. They would just be like, yeah, whatever. Just keep on coming here, bro. We'll take your money for as long as you want to pay money. Everyone's saying they want the Discord. All right, I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. Maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe something that's not Discord, but still Discord. Maybe I could set up a group email list. I don't know. If someone wants to make a Discord, I mean, feel free. But that's certainly on the back burner for me. Dead Paradise says, I just realized the city is called Introville. That's right. Hey, maybe we can... Hey, maybe I could put everyone in this game, bro. That's actually a great idea. I'm gonna start finding citizens and naming everyone. I'm gonna start with one skills of all because he's the one who recommended, or he or she is the one who recommended that I play this game. Here, I'm just gonna call this person. I don't even know how I can find this person though. What after I fucking make this person, you know what I mean? And we're gonna... Oh wait, I didn't rename them properly. One skills of... I'm sure there's some kind of lookup. And we're gonna rename your residence. Where's your residence, bro? Oh, it's right here. The skills residence. There we go. The inaugural... And I'll eventually put everyone out in this game. CatSims415 says, dude, what do you think of meditations? I feel like stoicism has been warped in bro culture. I 100% agree that stoicism has been warped in bro culture. And I find that meditations, like the bro culture of stoicism is basically like don't feel any feelings and just like be this like macho man who like never has any emotions and just focuses on like the grind and like min-maxing your life. I feel like that is not at all what meditations is. Meditations, like Marcus Aurelius in Meditations, is actually kind of like a sad boy. Like on the inside, you can tell that Marcus Aurelius is like this emo sad boy, and then Stoicism is kind of his way of not letting his emo sad boyness 100% control his life, which I feel like is very relatable and not at all what like, you know, it's not at all like the fucking like toxic masculinity grind set thing where it's like you just like drown out your emotions and never feel it. Because he says that like, you know, basically what he says a lot is that like you have emotions like anger and frustration and like sadness, but like it's important to like try and not let those things control your life. It's very different than being like never feel those emotions. He's basically just saying like if you feel anger, don't let it like consume you, which I feel like is very prudent. that's how I'm trying to live my life, because there's a lot of bullshit in my neighborhood that triggers me, and it's like I've been like feeling very emotional about it, and like while it's okay, and Marcus Aurelius is basically being like, yeah, it makes sense that like you'd feel like upset from all this bullshit, but like try to not let it consume your life. Look at this smog, bro. This smog created in this industrial zone. That's fucking crazy, bro. We also need some more houses in this area. So let me start to zone some more places for houses, bro. Actually, we could zone this entire place on the inside for houses. That's nice. Introville. Yeah, everyone's complimenting Introville. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for gassing me up. One Skills All says Stoic Stick is a funny YouTuber. I gotta check him out. I'll take for a recommendation. I'll try to see what they're about. Stojowski says, I read about Stoicism way back when, and it came back in when it came back in bro culture, I was dead shocked. In hindsight, it's not shocking. Yeah, I feel like, you know, Stoicism is like a very Western coded thing, right? And I've been trying to like balance that out with like, well, I'm like Asian, you know what I mean? So it makes sense that I'm like somewhat inclined towards like Eastern schools of thought. But I think it's nice to balance like the Western and Eastern schools of thought. And like there are certain things they have in common, right? Like Marcus Aurelius in Meditations, he talks a lot about death and like how like life and death, it's all like returning to like the same, I don't know, the same like inscrutable point where we all came from. And that's something they talk a lot about in the Tao Te Ching too, which is that like everything comes from like the Tao, and like we're all just like part of a Tao and like that shit. But you know, there are like different like ways to like they do diverge in different ways, where like in Meditations, Marcus Aurelius talks a lot about like, you know, not giving into your emotions and like trying to like stay the course of morality and your own soul and like keeping it straight. I guess the Tao Te Ching also talks about that, but it talks about it sort of like a ruler. It talks about it more like you should do nothing, which it basically a big part of the Tao Te Ching is talking about how you should do nothing. So maybe that's a good strategy for me to do right now as mayor of this city, is just do nothing and just observe my city and catch up on chat. But yeah, it's like Tao Te Ching talks about how you should do nothing and just like let things flow naturally, which I guess is kind of related to Marcus Aurelius talking about how like you should just stay the course of your soul, but it's kind of just like two different ways of saying the same thing. All right, scroll. Oh, I'm so behind, bro. Suffering from success, you know. It's not bad though. I'm glad to like have a, you know, the day, you know, if the day ever happens where the stream really blows up and it's just fucking reams of chat just flying by, that I will be happy, you know, because it means the stream is successful, but also will be sad because it means like I can't like have a conversation with you guys in chat, which I really do enjoy. That's like something I miss a lot about like the early days of YouTube when I was first starting out, is that I could like actually respond to everyone's comments on my YouTube videos. And now it's like, well, I haven't checked the comments in a while because the comments get me upset. but when the channel was blowing up, it's like I couldn't find the people who were like always commenting on my videos anymore. You know what I mean? And like having chat and stream and being able to respond to everyone does give me that feeling again, which is nice. We're also we need to build some more residential zones. Dead Paradise says no AC in the UK. That's tragic, bro. What's up with that? I guess it's because it's rainy all the time. It doesn't really make sense to build a lot of AC. Kind of like in the Bay Area, they don't really build a lot of AC. But yeah, heard everyone keeps getting ACs though. Yeah, AC is apparently really bad for the environment. That's why like the fucking world is like ironic, because like the world's getting hotter, and so we keep building more ACs, which leads to like more greenhouse gases or whatever. Once Gaval says auto mods can do a lot of work for you if you can program it. We could use a WeChat, LOL. So true, so true. So all my Chinese homies could also hop in the WeChat. I find it so funny that like WeChat, they act like they have all these privacy features, right? Because like they don't like, it's something about like how you can like set like your privacy so like people don't see your messages or whatever. But it's obviously like the Chinese government is reading all your messages. You know what I mean? So it's like not actually that good privacy features, which I just find I find it to be funny. Let's zone this zone for some residential. Everyone's moving into Introville. Let's go. Da by Yi L2N says Substack. Maybe, bro. I mean, that's what the introvertmadness.com is basically supposed to be my blog where I like write shit like you would write on a Substack. And I fucking launched that shit last year, and then honestly, like, I just haven't written anything for introvertmadness.com, even though like I do want to write for it and like write blog posts. I don't know. I guess life just got in the way, bro. But I've been saying for like a few months now I got to fucking post on introvertmadness.com. I love Taylor Swift 11 says, if anyone here would like to add my Discord, let me know. Aha, I'd love to get to know my parasocial friends. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You know what? Maybe I will launch the Discord just because, and then I'll just post it in like the stream. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna think about it. Because once again, not to bring up like a horrible topic to kill the vibes, but like y'all know what happened with like the artist David D4VD and his fucking Discord, and like I can't be like fucking responsible for some shit like that. You know what I mean? My citizens are unhappy. This is bad, bro. I don't know why everyone's so unhappy. Oh, it's because they have no parks, bro. That's my bad. We're gonna have to eminent domain someone to build a park. Once Gazelle says, what if someone makes an unofficial Introvert Madness Discord? Yeah, I mean, feel free. Well, I have not trademarked the Introvert Madness name, so feel free. Terry Swift 11 says, we about to become mainland Chinese moms. That's what I'm talking about. And Terry Swift says, I'd be happy to make a server. I mean, why not? I mean, once again, I mean, if y'all will make it, maybe I'll just make it, because I don't want to like force you guys to do work if you guys do it. But I mean, if you make a Discord, I'll join. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, maybe I'll make it. Let's sit on it for a week, guys. Let me come up with a plan for a Discord or some kind of community. I appreciate the feedback that like y'all would like somewhere to chat besides the stream. I also feel weird being like you guys can only talk to each other when I make the stream go live. You know what I mean? I may be a despot in City Skylines, but I don't want to be a despot in the chat. So we'll figure it out. Maybe give me a week, and then next week I'll either post a Discord link in like the description of the stream, or I don't know, I'll give the go ahead for someone to make a fucking Discord. But once again, I don't really want to push that work on you guys, so we'll see. One Skills of All says, yeah, everyone's trying to think they can have an Infrared Madness cult Discord. One Skillswall says they can extort or coerce me into joining. That's true. You guys could say we'll never watch your stream until you join the Discord. That'll probably get me to join because of how fucking desperate for attention I am. So it's not a bad idea. We gotta put a park somewhere. How do I turn this map off, bro? I don't want to see this fucking map. I just want to put a park somewhere. Look at this park zone, bro. I guess somewhere here. Let's go back out here. Well, now we have all these industrial zones here, so I don't want to destroy them, bro. But it might make sense to just destroy the industrial zones here and then put a park here. So you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Katzim says, I'm here for introverted philosophy. I'm catching up to the part of chat where I was ranting about stoicism like 5 minutes ago. Alteraso says, could just be a chat group where we all happen to know the same YouTuber. That's what I'm saying. It's like when you go to a concert and y'all all know the same artist. That's like an IRL Discord, bro. That's so funny to describe a concert as an IRL Discord, but that's kind of exactly what it is. It's like, hey, we all like the same music person. Let's all meet up in person and talk about it IRL. Well, I guess that's a Discord where the person is actually in the Discord IRL. Dead Paradise says, I believe everything is fate. Alteraso says, I'm sure we all have lives where they're talking about how I was saying there's always 20 people in the Discord who are just making it awkward for everyone else. Dead Paradise, yeah. That's another thing Marcus Aurelius talks a lot about in Meditations. He talks a lot about, like, the gods and how, like, you should act in accordance with the gods and, like, just trust that the gods will kind of, like, take care of it, which is I feel like that's some true shit right there. And yeah, Marcus basically talks a lot about how, like, you gotta just believe that fate will take care of it, and maybe that's true. How do I not see this shit when, like, I'm building my thing? Because I don't want to accidentally unzone the wrong place. One Skull says, also play Buckshot Roulette. Great game. Love playing it time to time. Trying to complete all of the achievements. I do have to really... Sorry, I totally should have shouted this out first, but then I forgot about it. I have to shout out One Skills of All for gifting me Buckshot Roulette on Steam. I will play it. It does run only on Windows, so I have to figure out how to run that on my Mac. But I will be doing that, homie. Alright, we're probably going to put one here and just get rid of all these houses. Sorry, everyone who lives in these houses. You have to sacrifice your house for the greater good. Like right here. Right here. Space already occupied. Can't put it there. What if I put it... Oh, God. I have no space for a park, huh? That's my bad. Yeah, shout out One Skills of All. He's the GOAT. Snajowski says they're unhappy because it's raining all the time. Look at the British. No offense, Dead Paradise. So true. So true. Sick burn. One School says, I would be happier if there was more rain than sunshine, not gonna lie. Sometimes the rain is nice because, like, the rain really decreases my FOMO. Whereas, like, when it's raining, I feel like, you know, I feel FOMO. Then when it's raining, I'm like, yeah, everyone's gotta fucking stay indoors. No one's having a great day. No FOMO for me, which is kind of nice. Alright, we could put a park right here. Sorry, the people I eminent domained. Snodowski says, I live in a place where it rains a lot, and it's a strong love-hate relationship. I don't see the sun for 2 weeks when it rains. Do you live in the Pacific Northwest? Because I hear that's some bullshit that's going on in the Pacific Northwest. And it do be tough. Dead Paradise says, in the South of England, at least, the idea that always raining... The idea is it's always raining in the UK is not true. But South of England gets extended periods of dry weather, and it messes with our water supply. Damn. Messes with the water supply. It's kind of no bueno, bro. What's going on here? Someone's sick? They're getting polluted from all the industrial waste? Or maybe I need to build a hospital? There's a lot to manage in this city. Catsim's message redacted. Can I unredact this message? No. I can only put you in timeout and report you. Sorry for your redacted message. Catsim says he said he joined We Won, We the People. That's right. I have to, you know, this is a collaborative experience. I don't want to, once again, I don't want to be a despot. So if y'all, I'll probably set up a Discord if everyone wants it. I gotta listen to feedback. You know, not to make everything transactional once again, but if my customers, aka the people watching my stream, want a Discord, then I gotta give the people what they want. Once Girl says they're gonna be a constitution too. Yeah, that's true. We gotta make some. We do have to lay out some ground rules for the Discord, such as don't murder each other. That'll probably be rule number 1, just like in the 10 Commandments. All right, once I catch up to chat, I'm gonna play Project Zomboid and see if we can survive there. I'm starting to catch up to chat, so let's go. Snarowski says Introvert Bandits is the founding father. I am but a humble. I'm just one of y'all. I'm a man of the people. Dead Paradise says snow is rare in the south of England. Can't speak for the rest of the UK. I appreciate everyone gassing me up. I totally don't deserve it, but I appreciate the undeserved. I won't say it because it's NSFW, but you know, the undeserved DR. Once Girl says, I feel so dumb now realizing it's just on Windows. That's okay because I can run. I've run Workers and Resources Soviet Republic on my computer, so I believe there's a way I can run. Everyone's sick in my city. Fuck. I believe there's a way I can run Buckshot Roulette. Catsim says is redacted because I misspelled. I assume it's some kind of TV show. And Catsim says, like North and South and Pride and Prejudice and that kind of thing. Talking about British TV shows, I guess. Once goes well, guess what I warned about with residential next to industrial? Yeah, that's why everyone's sick, I'm assuming. That makes sense because they're all this smog. So I might have to bulldoze everyone's fucking... I might have to bulldoze all the industrial places next time. I see. We gotta... But we also need jobs, so... Yeah, it's tough. I've kind of accidentally mixed in all these industrial zones into my residential zones, which is no bueno, but we'll figure that out. Once Girl says Utopia is probably my favorite British TV show. The one British TV show I find really funny is The In-Betweeners. I think that's a great show. Hakuchu says, are you streaming on Twitch too? I am not, because I feel like I wanted to stream on Twitch, but then I felt like just awkward streaming on Twitch and wondering if anyone would go to Twitch to watch it. And then I was like, well, I'm already on YouTube, so I feel like it just makes more natural sense for me to stream on YouTube because all my audience is already here. But maybe I'll figure out something to like cross-stream on Twitch. Catsim's45 says, guilty pleasure on the period dramas, LOL. Dead Paradise says, LOL, I'm sorry, but I despise everything about period dramas. I can't stand the landed gentry characters. Personally, I'm not a fan of, like, dramas. I find them boring, but, like, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. Catsim's45 says, I love city builders, but sometimes they stress me. Being God is hard. That's what I'm saying. That we got a lot of problems in this city. I think this is where we're going to leave our city. Sorry, citizens. Y'all going to have to fend for yourselves in cyberspace. We're going to switch over to Project Zomboid now. Do I have to... Oh, I probably should have been saving the game the whole time, because if the game crashed and it fucked my shit up, I would have been very upset. But thankfully it didn't crash. New save 4. Let's go. I believe we've saved it. Let's just double check. And then we'll go to Project Zomboid. Let's go. Dead Paradise says, OMG, In-Betweeners mentioned. That's what I'm saying. In-Betweeners is I just remember watching that shit in like college, like pre-gaming for a party, drinking like the cheapest wine known to mankind, and then cracking up at the in-betweeners. That was a vibe, man. That was a vibe. To be 20, illegally underage drinking again and watching the in-betweeners. Once Wall says, I can show you all my city and city skylines once that Discord's made. Oh, that would be very interesting to see how a pro city skylines player plays. And then once Wall says, do you want to duo in players in Project Zomboid? I mean, if you tell me how to do that, sure. I've always been thinking like if anyone wants to play co-op Slave Aspire 2 with me. Oh, my computer's all fucked up. Hold on. If anyone wants to play co-op Slave Aspire 2 with me, this is an open invitation because I would like to do that. But I don't have any friends to play Slave Aspire 2 with me. So if anyone wants to play fucking whatchamacallit? Slave Aspire 2, I'm open to that. And also Project Zomboid, why the fuck not, bro? Oh fuck, I fucked up my shit. My shit's all fucked up because I changed the way my OBS works, so just give me a second while I fix this bullshit. How do I do this shit, bro? First of all, let's move this screen here. And then let me try and move this. Can't do that. Sorry, technical difficulties. All right, let me try to fix these technical difficulties. We're going to take a break. It's going to give everyone a chance to use the bathroom or whatever. And then I'll be right back once I figure out these technical difficulties.
La casa del merengue. La, 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 la. Y la casa de la bachata. Música, música, te traigo música, 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 música de la República. ¡Ajá! Cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. La casa del merengue, la, 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 y la casa de la bachata. Música, 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 te traigo música. Música, música, música de la República. ¡Ajá! Cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República.
Alright, we're back. We're back. I figured it out. My computer's not fucked up anymore. Catsim says... Sometimes you gotta ignore the actual politics and just vibe. I believe we're still talking about the city builders. Anyway. Dead Bear says, I grew up in the area where they filmed the In-Betweeners. My teenage years felt so similar to In-Betweeners. That's so funny because, like, you must have had a crazy time, bro. I remember the In-Betweeners, them trying to, like, you know, go to the pub when they're underage. That was a funny show. If you grew up living the In-Betweeners life, that must have been a crazy time, bro. Cats and Swarm says, I gotta watch that. It looks good. It's like a very... It's a funny show. It's a funny show. It's got jokes. And it's like, it doesn't try too hard. It's like, I feel like, what's the American version of it? I feel like it's got like a Smiling Friends vibe, you know what I mean? But it's like British and like in real life, you know, more realistic than Smiling Friends. But it has like the same chaotic energy as like Smiling Friends. Catsnim says, Slave Spire co-op? Yes. I know. Please, someone be my friend. There's a lot going on in this game. I'm very tired. I'm getting bored. I'm getting a tired bit weepy. That's how depressed I am. I need to find some human contact. Is that possible in this game? Aren't I the only survivor? I'm a nervous wreck and I'm in pain. And I believe I cannot sleep because I'm in so much pain. Oh no, I'm sleeping. Let's go. Somehow, last time it wouldn't let me sleep because I was in so much pain. And I thought I was going to have to find some painkillers or something. But now, I'm sleeping, bro. I'm in a lot of pain, though. I'm woken up, and I've got a bunch of dirty bandages. So let's fix that. One Skills of All says, I can host a server and invite you to it. If you would like to do that, I mean, go ahead. Go ahead, One Skills of All. I would. Oh, I don't want to bandage it up with a dirty rag. And let's go. My arm is no longer fucking hurt because I fucking bandaged it up in time. But I am infected, so I need to get... I believe One Skills of All told me I need some alcohol to disinfect myself. Oh yeah, the music is very low. Hold on, I gotta turn this shit up. Oh, there's no music in Project Zomboid though, so that's fine. Cats and Swarm 5 says, is the tapestry on your wall of the Grand Canyon? I actually have no idea where this is. I just bought it on Redbubble, but I really like the vibe. Sometimes I just look at it and I just imagine I'm there, and then I don't feel super depressed. Queasy, getting bored, depressed, nervous wreck, pain, unpleasantly hot. First of all, let's eat my beans. Let's eat some beans. Stravsky says, I've got to go. I'll waltz out of the chat dancing. See you, Najowski. Good to have you. Hope you have a nice time with your parents. I believe that's where you said you were. Da by you. L2N says, music is a lot louder than your voice. I appreciate you letting me know. I will turn that down in OBS after the stream ends. Or the next time I hit the break button. Once again, says, that tapestry looks a little green for the Grand Canyon, not gonna lie. Yeah, once again, I have no idea where that is, but it brings a lot of peace to my soul. Once again, says, I really like the image of the Great Smoky Mountains. Also, let me read something. Can I read a book? I believe reading a book will make me less depressed in the game. I really like the image of the Great Smoky Mountains on the album cover, Inner Speaker. Never heard of that shit, but maybe I'll check it out. One Skills of All says, bites are 100% zombie infection chance. Oh. Well, I think I did get bit, so what's going to happen? Am I going to turn into a zombie soon in this game? That fucking sucks. Dead Paradise says, Superbad is a pretty close equivalent to In-Betweeners. That's the American version of In-Betweeners is Superbad. That's very, very true. One Silval says NPCs are coming in the next main update, build 43. Wow, that's very interesting. I've always thought, like, yeah, NPCs would be cool in this game. This game reminds me so much, I mean, just the visual style reminds me so much of RuneScape, and I fucking love RuneScape. So, like, NPCs I feel like would be a great addition to the game. It only took them 10 years to add NPCs to the game, but no, I'm sure the devs are working very hard. Feeling a little sad, anxious, and unpleasantly hot. Well, those are all things I'm just gonna have to deal with because we are in the zombie apocalypse, and sometimes you just gotta deal with that shit. Okay, I'm going to unload myself, and then we're gonna try and find some meds or some painkillers, something to like try and improve my situation in Project Zomboid, because right now I am in a pretty tough spot, I would say. And even though I'm unpleasantly hot, I mean, let's put away the empty tin can. I don't know what we need the dish towels for, but I guess we'll keep it. And then we will put away the sneakers in here. And then we'll grab some food for the road. Grab some bologna for the road. Grab some canned food for the road. Grab some canned spaghetti bolognese, bro. Oh, I don't need all of that shit. I just need one dog. How do you pick up one thing in Project Zomboid, bro? Cats in Storm 5 says, so there's no human contact even available? That's depressing. That's life in the zombie apocalypse, I guess. Is that you gotta fend for yourself in these streets. Yeah, it is depressing. Maybe that's why I like the game so much. Reflects how I feel actually living in this neighborhood in New York. Just me and a bunch of fucking old people who are halfway to death. Alright, we're bandaged up. Let's wash the rest of our bandages. Oh, let's wash yourself. Oh wait, don't wash myself in the sink. Clean rag. Let's do that. I'm queasy, sad, agitated, in pain, and unpleasantly hot. What's new? Let's call that fucking Tuesday morning. Wash yourself. I Love Taylor Swift 11 says, if anyone wants to be Discord friends, I'm Natty Nat. Shout out Natty Nat. Once again, I'll set up a Discord, and then I'll drop it in the description of next week's stream, and then who knows? I'm gonna pray to God that everything goes well in the Discord. Once again, not to like, you know, not that I don't believe in you guys, but you know, sometimes Discords can get a little awkward depending on who's in it. But y'all seem like chill people, and you know, I'm sure I'll be able to. I'm sure it won't be like there's 100 people in it, so I think I'll be able to moderate it okay, and we'll see what happens. Vibing Otter says the zombies are humans, aren't they? That's true. Maybe I could trap one of these zombies and force them to be my friend. Who knows? Alright, so there's this very small town here which I've explored. Oh, someone's trying to break in to my house, bro. Alright, I gotta get ready to kill this guy. Don't try to fuck with me. Catsin415 says their feet are halfway inside my house. Catsin415 says my neighborhood in SF is also all old people. It's kind of depressing. Not that I don't like old people, but they really give no Fs. Just brutally kick people you don't like out of the Discord. That's true. I will be maybe I do have to be a despot in the Discord. I gotta read meditations to understand how to rule with an iron fist in the Discord. But that's good advice. Yeah. And Cats and Stormtide, I feel the exact same way about the old people in my neighborhood. Once again, it's not that I don't like, in a vacuum, like, old people are fine. It's just that I don't want to, like, it just doesn't feel right for me in my stage of my life to like live around them. The same way I'm sure all the old people wouldn't want to live in fucking Williamsburg or fucking Murray Hill in Manhattan. You know what I mean? I'm sure the old people don't want to live with a bunch of fucking partying 20-year-olds. Like, I'm sure fucking old people don't want to live in a dorm at Ohio State. That's how I feel about living around old people. It just doesn't feel right to me. And also, it's so true about how they give no Fs. Like, I feel like old people, they know they're gonna die in 10 years. So, like, they don't give a fuck about, like, pollution or making the neighborhood a nice place. Because they're like, why does it fucking matter to me? I'm not gonna be here in the neighborhood in fucking 5 years anyway after I fucking die. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I totally get that. Advent I6H says, oh no. What's up, Advent I6H? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing okay. Hopefully whatever is making you say oh no is not too serious and it can be resolved. Hopefully you're having an okay Saturday. I Love Taylor Swift 11 says, would you like to live in a neighborhood with a lot of younger people? I thought NYC and SF were the best places to be for that. I mean, there are neighborhoods in New York City with a lot of younger people, and I think I would prefer that to my neighborhood. But, like, you know, New York City and SF are so big that, like, I'm sure there are also lots of neighborhoods with, like, families and older people. You know what I mean? It's just, like, so big that you're bound to have neighborhoods, all different types of neighborhoods with all different types of people. And unfortunately, I feel like the neighborhood I live in is full of old people, and that's just not the vibe I'm trying to live in right now. Once again, nothing against old people. It's just that, like, it's just not my vibe. I mean, honestly, like, something I've been telling myself, like, half as a meme, but also kind of half serious, is that anyone above the age of 30, their opinion means nothing to me. Because you're just old, and I'm about to be fucking 30 in fucking 2 years anyways. So once again, it's just a meme, but it's like, you're old, you're gonna be dead soon. So, like, obviously you don't have, like, the long-term concern about, like, the world and the state of affairs of the world as I do. A spry young 26-year-old. Or not 26, 25-year-old. And then also another funny meme idea I have is, if you're under 25, I mean, no offense, One Skills of All or Dead Paradise or anyone under 25. Once again, I said it was a meme, but it's like, if you're under 25, I also kind of don't take you seriously, because in my eyes, you're just a little baby who still has a lot to learn about the world. But obviously, that's a very narrow age range, 25 to 30, of people to take seriously. So it's not something that's not a mindset I actually have in real life. But yeah. Also, I feel like the places in New York City with, like, young people, it just feels like high school all over again. It feels like everyone who's like living in, like, a young person neighborhood in New York City is living in, like, an open air high school where, like, everyone's, like, fighting over popularity and being cool. And that's also, like, not exactly the vibe I'm trying to go for. So, yeah. I don't know. That, once again, just every stream I talk about how I fucking need to move out of New York City. And once again, here I am on that vibe, talking about how I need to move the fuck out of New York City. Cats in Storm 5 says, Introvert Badness only cares about the opinions of 25 to 30. Mood. Exactly. It's like, everyone old, it's like, you're gonna be dead soon. So how can I take what you're saying seriously when, like, I don't trust that, like, you actually give a fuck about, like, long-term planning? I mean, if you're under 25, you're a baby. So how can I trust what a baby has to say? I Love Taylor Swift 11 says, so close, I'm 24. I will welcome you soon to the ranks of the enlightened. I Love Taylor Swift 11. Until then, unfortunately, you're just a fetus. Dead Paradise says, I'm 27 years old, I'm afraid. I'm not so sure it's a good age to be. I mean, I'm 28, and, like, I'm terrified of being 28. As much as I just said that, like, this is the enlightened age, it's like, I feel old, but also I feel like too old and too young. You know what I mean? Like, I feel too old to, like, not have my life together, and then I feel so young, whereas, like, I'm like, just working through, like, maturity and gaining life experience and fucking reading meditations to try and like better like understand how I can exist in the world. You know what I mean? Cat Sims 415 says, I'm also 27. Shout out all the enlightened 27-year-olds out there. And I like New York City, but don't want to live there. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think New York City is a great place to visit. I think New York City is a great place to, like, spend, like, 5 years in your 20s and just, like, say you lived in New York City and get the experience. I don't think it's, like, a good place to live long-term. Because, like, it just wears on you, man. Just all the things people don't like about cities, like noise and pollution and stress, like all of that is like maximized in New York City. Like New York City has the most pollution and the most noise and the most rude people. It's just like, you know, a stressful place to live. Da Bai L2N says, also old people didn't go through the same problems 25 to 30-year-olds, e.g. skyrocketing housing costs, growing up with social media, etc. That's exactly what I'm saying. Da Bai, you get it. It's like, all the old people are like, you know, they grew up in a time that's like radically different than like what any young person is going through right now. And it's like, I feel like, how can I trust your opinion on AI when like you still don't know how to fucking, you know, check your email? You know what I mean? It's like, it's just like, I don't know. Or it's like, how can I trust your opinion on, like, you know, all the wars going on when like you're not going to be around to like have to face the long-term geopolitical consequences of those wars. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Dead Barry says, since turning 27, I've started to understand why musicians live the way they do and pass away at 27. Yeah, 27 Club. I didn't want to bring it up because I don't want to curse any of you, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta fucking live fast. What did fucking Hamilton say in Hamilton? He said, what's it? Something about, like, you gotta reach for a flask. That's why we live fast. We're not promised past 20. I'm totally messing it up because I haven't memorized the score of Hamilton, but yeah, that's what Hamilton was about, bro. What's going on? I'm stressed. I'm getting a tired weepy. I'm queasy. I'm peckish. I'm in pain. I've got a fairly heavy load. And I'm unpleasantly hot. Alright, well, this place has a lot of food, which is nice. Let's see where I am on the map. I'm going to mark this house. Oh, it requires a pen or a pencil. Fuck, bro. Damn. They really make this game realistic, huh? They're like, where's your fucking pen, bro? You can't mark anything on the map without a fucking pen, you fucking idiot. Alright, let me look for some meds. Yeah, musicians, they live the wildlife. And oh, here we go, a pencil. And I can understand it because sometimes, I guess we'll also need an eraser to erase things off our map. What's our load? This thing is so small, bro. How do I increase the size of the UI, bro? Alright, let's mark this as food. There's food here. We can come back here for food if we run out. But yeah, sometimes people just be trying to maximize the enjoyment of life. Don't be a hedonist, though. I Love Taylor says, what's your definition of having your life together? Well, right now, my definition of having my life together would be to get a fucking job, to fucking, like, stabilize my finances, and move out of New York City. and once, like, that's kind of like the bottom layer of my Maslow's hierarchy of needs right now, because New York City is stressing me the fuck out. And I'm sure once all that shit happens, I'll come up with, like, new thing. The goalposts will move, and I'll be like, oh, now I gotta do this to have my life together. But right now, I really just need to fucking move out of New York City. And then I'll feel a lot better. And, like I said, get a fucking job. Advent I6H says, TBH, same here in London. Shout out another viewer from the UK, man. And I guess you're saying that old people don't give a fuck in London? isn't that like why Brexit happened? Is because like mostly. Oh my god, there's a hole in my shirt because I got attacked by a zombie. I need a new shirt, bro. Like, all the old people voted for Brexit, and then all the young people voted against Brexit. And I feel like that's because all the old people, they're like, yeah, we're not going to be around to, like, have to deal with, like, all the bullshit that happens after Brexit. It's going to help us in the short term, so, like, we don't give a fuck about, like, fucking Brexit. You know, as long as it helps us in the next 10 years, which apparently hasn't even helped that much in the short term. It fucking also makes shit worse in the short term. I don't know. Queasy. Once goes says queasy means you're getting more sick. You start actively dying once you get a fever. Oh shit, bro. I gotta find some meds for myself. Katsins45 says, yeah, I low-key don't want to vote for anyone above the age of 40. Like, you're not gonna have to deal with the consequences. Why should I trust you? Trump, especially. Like, Trump, he's gonna, like, Trump is old. And Biden's also old. They're, like, not gonna have to deal. In 20 years, they're not going to have to deal with the consequences of the war in Iran and when Iran tries to get revenge on us because of all the fucking bullshit Trump's doing. You know what I mean? Gotta time this. Gotta time this. There we go. Alright. Fuck you up. Vibing Otter says, how do you survive without a job if you don't mind me asking? I mean, I make a little bit of money on YouTube and I also have, like, savings, so I've been living off like my savings from when I had a real job, but like that is just not gonna be sustainable long term, so I need to get like a real job. You know what I mean? Dead Paradise says, LOL, I didn't mean it as an endorsement of the live fast and die young lifestyle. It's more of that the world is a scary place and it's very hard for sensitive people to cope, so they turn to substances. Yeah, I mean, I'm also not advocating for the live fast and die lifestyle, but like you said, it's understandable because, like, the world is a very stressful place. And, like, sometimes, I mean, I can especially, like, you know, all the people in the 27 Club were, like, very famous, very talented. I'm sure they had a lot of stress given on them by the people in their life to, like, perform and make money and all that stuff. And, like, that's very stressful. And I can understand, you know, not having a good way to cope with all that stress, especially in like the 80s or 70s when like people weren't as like open about talking about mental health, and like we just didn't like have the like societal knowledge of how to like deal with like all this shit. It's like it's understandable. Dead Paradise says, oh god, don't mention Brexit. Bro, yeah. Brexit. I mean, how long ago was Brexit? That was like 10 years ago now. And I wouldn't even say like it was good for... It wasn't even good for the UK over the last 10 years. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like all the old people in the UK had like a pissy fit and then like they fucking did Brexit. And then now everyone has to deal with the consequences of that. I Love Taylor Swift says, how do we feel about Curtis Sliwa speaking at Stanford? That's so funny. I did not know that Curtis Sliwa was at Stanford. I mean, Stanford, ironically, like for, you know, you would expect a college like Stanford to be like very liberal, but like there's like a think tank at Stanford called like the Hoover Institution that's like not very, but like pretty conservative. So it doesn't surprise me that fucking Curtis Sliwa was there. I mean, they got fucking Mike Pence to go talk at Stanford a few years ago. So, yeah. Fucking Ren for Short, though, recently performed at Stanford. And I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. That's like my worlds, my worlds colliding right there. Because, like, I'm a huge Ren for Short fan. If Ren for Short had performed at Stanford when I was a student, I mean, granted, that was 10 years ago, so that's like me being like, if Tupac had performed at Stanford when I was a student, you know, it's just like not really possible, but that was crazy. That was what I was tapped into about speaking at Stanford. Dead Paradise says, I just don't vote anymore. Politicians are self-interested and have a lot of money invested in maintaining the status quo. That I also don't vote, Dead Paradise, and like I feel like everyone who's vote pilled is like, you have to vote. It's like you know, it's morally wrong if you don't vote. And it's like, I don't know if it's like morally wrong if you don't vote. You know what I mean? If you vote, you're legitimizing the system by like casting a vote in it. And I just don't feel like legitimizing the system. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's my duty to vote. I also don't vote. I don't care if people say that's like fucking morally wrong. I don't think it's morally wrong. Fuck the system. Burn it to the ground. Catson415 says, has having an audience been stressful, bro? What's that like? It seems kind of cool in theory, but who knows? I mean, it is definitely cool. It is cool to have people watch your videos and watch your stuff. Like, that's kind of like what I wanted. That was like kind of the end goal of like making videos. You know what I mean? Like, no one makes a video and hopes that it gets 0 views. So it is cool to see people watch it. It's cool to have people comment on it and just like have a reaction to it and know that like my art is like doing something in the world as opposed to just like sitting in a drafts folder on my computer. But also, I mean, it is stressful, bro. That's why I had to stop reading the comments, is because like reading the comments is very stressful. Even if like 99% of the comments are like very positive, reading like the one hate comment can like honestly fuck up my whole day. And maybe if I had read meditation sooner, I would have like figured out a way around that. Oh my god, all these zombies are around my house now. That's no bueno, bro. If I had read meditation sooner, maybe I could have dealt with reading the comments in a better way. But yeah, I'm just at a point where I just don't like reading too many people's opinions of me. There's like a fine balance, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy talking to chat and talking to y'all in chat and having like a conversation with y'all. But y'all also aren't like fucking mean to me. You know what I mean? Or even if you were, that wouldn't be bad. It's just like when people are like unnecessarily like cruel or mean to me. And I'm kind of like, bro, I'm just a guy making videos on the internet, bro. You don't have to be a dick to me about it. All right, we're I don't know if those zombies are gonna find us. I really hope they don't. But we're safe in our house now. Hopefully we lost them. Oh god, they're banging on my door. They're gonna break in soon. Oh fuck, I gotta deal with this shit. Oh god, there's a zombie outside my house. Fuck. All right, we gotta fight this guy. We gotta fight this guy. We gotta fight this guy. Oh god, we're fucked. Okay, we kind of have to abandon our house now, which I don't want to do because all my shit's in there, bro. All right, we gotta lose them in the forest. We gotta lose them in the forest. Catson415 says, I miss Bo Burnham. That's right. See, and the thing is, when y'all are fucking mean to artists, that's when they fucking disappear into the void, never to be seen again. It's like, damn, y'all could just not be mean. If y'all don't like an artist, just leave them alone, bro. It's really easy to leave them alone. One Skills of All says, sent an invite or two. I don't know if you see. I have not seen it. It's probably because I'm offline on Steam. But, let me try and figure this. Let me try and run away from these zombies in this game, and then I'll try to join that, bro. Sockless says, it was interesting to hear about the different, yet very relatable experiences of living in an older demographic neighborhood around the world. SF, NYC. I also live in a very, very old neighborhood. There's literally a club dance floor establishment specifically for 60 plus people, which is very uncommon in Seoul, and the parallels are very interesting. Whenever I go grocery shopping in my neighborhood, I kind of have to mentally brace myself for very rude old customer and staff interactions, and I try not to judge those people, but it's hard sometimes. Sockless, the thing about going to the grocery store and seeing old people is so true. It's funny to hear that it's universal whether you're in Seoul or Brooklyn, because like when I go to the grocery store, I see all these fucking old people, and they're all in the fucking aisles being like assholes. Like, I don't know if they're unconsciously being assholes or consciously being assholes, but it's like they take up the whole aisle. They don't give a fuck about moving out the way. They spend like 10 minutes inspecting every single package of chicken in the meat aisle, when it's like, bro, just pick a chicken and move on. Like, sometimes to function in a society, you just have to pick a chicken package, even if it's not the best chicken package, and just move on with your life and not fucking block everyone. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like all the old people are very... I agree, all old people... Okay, now maybe I'm being a little ageist, but yeah, old people sometimes can be very grating, like, to deal with, because, like, they don't give a fuck. So, I agree, Sockless. I'm also, like... Once again, like, I feel like it's only because, like, I get triggered so much by old people that like I've kind of like developed this like anti-old people stance. But it's like, you know, it's not like I hate my grandma. And it's like, I'm sure, like, when I just see old people walking around, I don't have anything against them. It's just that when I have to deal with them every day, it's like, fucking drives me crazy. Sockless says, I know moving is expensive, especially in NYC, but I really hope you get to try out different neighborhoods and find a place that speaks to you. LOL. This comment was so long, though. Sorry. No need to be sorry. I'm in too much pain to sleep. We are really fucked in this game right now, bro. Alright, let me take a break. Let me take a break. I'm going to try and... hold on. I'm going to try and join One Skills of All's Project Zomboid server if he's still on. So let me try and do that. And I'll catch up on chat. And we're going to take a break. And I'll be right back, yo. I'm going to turn down the music. Just for da bye.
Corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa de la bachata. La 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 la, la casa del merengue. La 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 la, y la casa de la bachata. ¡Hey! Música, 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 te traigo música, 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 música de la República. ¡Ajá! Cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. La casa del merengue, la 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 la, y la casa de la bachata. Música.
All right, we're back. I could not figure out how to join the multiplayer project Zomboid. So we're gonna do one run of Spire 2. We're gonna try once and beat the Ironclad, and then we're probably gonna wrap it up with a little open guesser, and then that'll be a stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm probably gonna die in fucking 2 seconds on A10, but we'll see. Also, thank you Sockless for being very nice and wishing me to have a nice hopefully I get to move to a nice neighborhood in that I want to live in. I've been thinking a lot about moving to Philadelphia. I feel like that might be a nice middle ground for me because like it's close to New York City, whereas like I could still see my family, still come to New York City if I miss it, but also it's a new city, which I feel like I need like a breath of fresh air to like get out of all the bullshit I've been dealing with in the city. And then also, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than New York, which is kind of big, bro. Do I want the money or do I want the... I feel like this fucking greed is so bad, bro. I don't want it. CatSims45 says, don't call me out for having all my art in my drafts folder on my laptop. That's okay, CatSims, because I've been having a lot of arts in my drafts folder on my laptop too. Like I keep writing scripts for YouTube videos and then like half getting through it, or like half getting through a video and then like I don't know if I'm burned out or like what's up, but like I just like never finish it, and like I feel like I gotta get on top of that shit. You know what I mean? Holy shit! I'm just seeing the break thing pop up on my stream. This stream is so behind my IRL thing, bro. That's okay. Sakla says, I'm also 27. This is so cool. Dead Perry says 27 club in chat. Everyone's 27, bro. I can give you all advice as a sage, wise 28-year-old. Y'all have a lot to deal with coming up. The funny thing about being 28 too is like I have a January birthday. So I feel like at the beginning of every year, I just immediately like level up to like the next age. And I feel like totally unprepared for it. You know what I mean? Versus like if I was like turning 28 in like November, then I would feel like I've earned 28. You know what I mean? I feel like then throughout the year, it's like, okay, I gained experience to turn 28. But then instead, it's like at the beginning of the year, I'm just thrown into being 28. And I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this shit, dog. I said I didn't want the greed, but I'm taking the greed now. At least I don't have 2 greeds. That would have been crazy. People, Katsun says, inside is her, his or her, wait. Wait, where's the inside chat? Someone was saying inside's really good. And then Dead Paradise says, I return to Inside by Bo Burnham every now and then. Yeah, Katsun says, I need Bo to help cope with the insanity. Inside's a good one. Actually, you know, this is crazy for me to admit. I actually haven't seen Inside yet. I've heard, I listen to That Funny Feeling all the time, and I've heard the Jeff Bezos song, but I've actually never sat down and watched the entire Inside special, which is crazy because it's been out for like fucking 6 years. I gotta get on top of that shit. Oh, I see. My stream is not caught up because it's all fucked up. Hold on. Let's go. I gotta check the shit. Refresh. Connect your encoder to start preview. Nope, we're good. All right. I think we're good. Let me see. All right, we're good. We're good. I Love Taylor Swift 11 says, I'm just curious, but did your parents give you any shit for quitting tech? I got the impression that they were typical strict parents. I mean, yeah, my parents, they didn't give me shit. Like, they were actually pretty supportive in their way. Like, they are like your typical Asian parents, where like I went to like test prep, and like they were very like education focused on me growing up. But also, you know, with all that being said, they were like very supportive of me like pursuing like the YouTube thing. They even like, you know, they like just like actually supported me pursue this dream of mine, which I feel like I have to give them a lot of credit for, and I'm very grateful for them for, and I'm just, you know, I'm grateful for them about. And now that I'm trying to fucking get a real job, they're also supportive of that. They don't give me shit like, oh, we told you you shouldn't have fucking done that shit. They're just like, yeah, live your life, try to do what's best for you, and I appreciate them supporting me like that. I really do. Catsins415 says, sometimes you need to pick a chicken package and move on with your life. That's, yeah, so true. And once again, I can't believe I'm behind on chat that much. But yeah. Dead Paradise says, it's my copium too. I love listening to the soundtrack whilst doing daily stuff. I really gotta listen to it because like it's one of those things where it's just like fucking who was telling me I gotta watch Uncut Gems. It's just one of those things I've been always like, I gotta watch that, and then like I never get around to doing it. But like I gotta at least listen to the soundtrack. I mean, that's easier than fucking committing to fucking watching the show, right? Ooh, this is very interesting. I would like to remove a card, because with my luck, it's going to upgrade 2 strikes, and this will balance out adding the greed to my deck. Let's go to that shop. Katzen says it's my Inside is my driving to work playlist. I mean, maybe well, once again, maybe it's got to be my doing dishes playlist, because I've just been feeling like I've been so bombarded with like content recently that like I don't know how to deal with it. Like my brain just sometimes feels like it's sludge, and like I need like better things to like consume and listen to than just consuming and listening to sludge all the time. So yeah, maybe that's gotta go on the list. Fucking Inside. Cat Sims and Sockless. Some Korean bonding is going on. Shout out Korea. I want to visit Korea. I mean, I want to visit. I've only been to China. I want to visit Japan. I want to visit Korea. Probably won't try to visit North Korea, but would love to visit different parts of Asia for sure. Once as well says, I researched Temple University at Philly, was considering the Japan campus for computer science. That's very interesting. That you were considering the Japan campus, because I didn't even know they had a Japan campus, to be honest. I knew they were in Philly. I've even passed by a part of the campus when I was in Philly once and just visiting, but had no idea there's a Japan campus. That seems very interesting for a Philadelphia-based university, but you know, sometimes the universities be just trying to make money. I guess that's how they do it. I love Taylor Swift 11 says January Baby Club. Shout out all my January homies out there. We're fighting the good fight. We're gonna try and get all this advanced wisdom that's bestowed on us at the beginning of the year that we didn't ask for, and do something good with it. Sokla says, I really am a born and bred soul person, so any questions you might have, I might have some good pointers. Feel free to ask in Discord. I feel bad crowding up chat. It's okay. Feel free to use the chat. It's a community. I'm also, you know, I'm not here to be the despot of chat and tell y'all what y'all can and can't say in chat. Jackpot's really good. Pendulum's really good. I feel like if we get these two and remove a card, that's really good. So let's do that. And we still have a little bit of money even for a flame barrier or even a taunt. A taunt is pretty nice. Who's our boss? Soulfish. Do we want a taunt or a flame barrier? I feel like a flame barrier I overrate, but I also enjoy. So let's get that. And then also, why not get a block potion? It's like free healing. I'm going to rest here too. Or no, I'm going to smith, and then I'll probably rest here. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. What do we want to upgrade? We don't... Oh, and armaments for sure, bro. I love armaments. Discord, yes. Katsim says we need a Discord. Yes, I'll drop the Discord. Hopefully, Katsims, are you visiting Seoul or Korea like next week? If not, the Discord will probably be up by next week, and then hopefully y'all can ask your questions then. Why can't I go here, bro? Oh, there's another thing here. I see. Dude, I'm gonna start digging like crazy here, bro. A Gorget, that's amazing. Dead Paradise says, haha, yeah, I'm the Uncut Gems guy. Shout out, Uncut Gems guy. Yeah, I gotta watch Uncut Gems. Sockless says, it really is cool. I love hearing tiny bits of New York City, Russia, UK, Hong Kong, etc. It is very cool. Once again, it blows, like, that's another cool thing. Katson's saying, like, it is cool having an audience, because, like, you know, I feel very grateful and appreciative that people watch from like the fucking UK and Russia and Hong Kong, and it also kind of blows my mind. I'm like, wow, who am I but a tiny little dude on this planet? And it's nice to just like know that, like, you know, sometimes living in New York City and Brooklyn, it can feel like my whole world is this city and my tiny little slice of this neighborhood. But then also it's nice to just get a reminder that there's a whole world out there that exists, and like it's not just you know, it's not just all the bullshit that I have to deal with in my neighborhood. There's like a whole world out there that's rich and full of experience. Cat says I actually also need to watch Uncut Gems. You and me both. You and me both. There's like who would have guessed that it'd be so hard to find time to watch a movie in like fucking 8 years. There's still just not enough time to watch the movies you want to watch. True Grit is pretty good. We'll take a True Grit and then hopefully the Armaments hits it. And we're just gonna keep digging, bro. We're gonna keep digging like crazy here. Dead Paradise says, I've stopped telling you to watch Uncut Gems because I was getting annoying, lol. No, don't. Until I watch it, bro, I wouldn't blame you until if you just bothered me until I did it, bro, because I really do gotta watch Uncut Gems. For my own sake. For my own sake, to be cultured, I think I should understand what the hype is all about. I don't want to take 2 damage, bro. I don't know why my monitor keeps cutting out, but then it doesn't seem to affect the stream, so maybe it's okay. Catsim says, but I wish I could erase Inside from my brain so I could rewatch it for the first time. That's high. That's very high praise. You know, that's like something. You don't hear that all the time. You know what I mean? Those movies that I say I wish I could erase from my brain and watch again, those are like some of the best movies I've ever seen. So, I will take that to heart and bump it up my list. Advent I6H says, how is it dating? How's it dating in NYC going? It's non-existent, bro. Is not happening for me. I feel like I'm at a point in my life. I mean, to date in New York City, you have to be on the apps. Like, there's just no way around it. Like, if you're not on the apps, you're just not gonna meet. you're just not gonna spontaneously meet people. Like, that's more of a fantasy than like an actual real life thing. So that's how that's going. Pyre is so good. Give me a Pyre. And yeah, I don't know. A Rupture is also really good. The thing is, we don't really have things that damage ourselves. So maybe we just take a True Grit. But we do have a Breakthrough, and I feel like we can get more things that deal damage to ourselves. And once you have a Rupture, it's like, I know how to pilot this deck. So let's do that shit. And then we're going to be risky, bro. I'm not going to heal. I might regret this, but I feel like I need to upgrade this Pyre, because Pyre is so good. And the 12 health from the Block Potion hopefully keeps us alive. One of the skills also says, me when I live in the suburban hellscape of the Texas Triangle and see everyone else living livelier lives. Seoul, New York City, Bay Area, SF. Please get me out. That's funny. It's funny One Skills Evolved because, like, I've been considering, just randomly, you know, I've heard a lot about Austin and people moving to Austin. You know, a lot of tech money apparently went there during that shit. But also I hear that Austin can be boring. So I don't know how to feel about that. And that's very interesting. Hopefully, yeah, bro. I do think you probably don't want to live in Texas your whole life, though. You know what I mean? Right? Like, there's more to life than Texas, so I believe in you, bro. I mean, you're still in college, though, so I get it. You'll probably, you know, once you're out of Texas, shit will be better. I hope for you, bro. Let's exhaust this. We don't really exhaust cards, so I don't really need that card. Let's draw. And we can't really Primal Force anything. Let's move on. I love Terra Sotolan says, if you want to live here instead, we can trade. Aha. Once he also says, I trade, I got I'd trade if you got AC. My bedroom is the only room in the house where the AC sucks ass, especially in the summer. That actually sounds horrible. I also live in an apartment that doesn't have the best AC, and that shit does suck ass, bro. So I can understand the pain. I'm sorry you're going through that. Hopefully it gets better, bro. Hopefully once you get that sweet college degree and get all that money, you'll have AC. I Love Taylor Swift says every household in Hong Kong has AC, but you'll live in a shoebox. Yeah. Don't, hold on, what do I do here? Give me a brand. Oh no, armaments me for sure. Then give me a brand. Oh my god, we're getting so strong here, bro. Exhaust that. Give me this. Hit ya. I mean, there's not really a point in doing this. I guess I could draw to get these bad cards out of my hand. How are these cards? These cards aren't bad for next turn. We'll keep them. Yeah, I have... My dad loves watching TVB and lots of other, like, random Hong Kong shows on YouTube. So I have noticed that they all live in very small apartments, which, sorry to hear that, bro. I mean, sometimes it can be cozy, though, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just coping. Once Gonzalez says, my dorm is a shoebox. I'll likely be out the entire day, just like in college. Leave in the morning, get back at night. Yeah, that's the way, bro. That's the way when it's fucking 5 trillion degrees, bro. Don't bake in there. That's no bueno. We can upgrade all of our cards, which is amazing. What else is in our deck? Let's armaments the finesse. Oh my god, so many beckons, though. I don't like that, bro. We gotta get rid of all these beckons, because I'm not taking all this damage. Oh, I misplayed. That's my bad. And then we'll bash you. Dead Parrot says, you live in Hong Kong. I've always wanted to visit. Not to make everything about myself, but I've been to Hong Kong once. It was cool. I believe I Love Taylor Swift told me Hong Kong is similar to New York City, and that if I don't like New York City, I might not like certain things about Hong Kong as well, which is believable to me. Let's go! We beat the first boss. Good for us. I don't get my dramatic victory music, though. What's up with that? Sakla says, mine isn't a shoebox. Let's have a shoebox off. Mine is 320 square feet. That's really small, bro. 320 square feet, so that's like, what? 20 by 16? That is pretty small, bro. Crimson Mantle or Feed? I just feel like Feed's really good, but I feel like it's hard to get to pop off. Crimson Mantle. Give me a Crimson. How much block do we have? I mean, we do have a lot of block already with our Cloak Clasp, our Gorget. Maybe we don't need a fucking Crimson Mantle. Oh, no, but it combos, though, with our Rupture. We definitely need a Crimson Mantle. I can't believe I almost didn't take it. Taylor Swift says, I'd love to show you all around. I feel like I would cook the NYC dating market given how many exes were New Yorkers. Shout out, I Love Taylor Swift. They figured out how to fucking... They figured out the meta of the New York City dating market. And yeah, my dream, like, Hong Kong just seems like there's a lot of good food. I'm not sure how I would feel dealing with, like, the service in a cha-cha tang. But if I could eat at a cha-cha tang for every meal, that would be pretty crazy. I feel like this guy has the worst upgrades, bro. Like, what are these upgrades? Trash. This is trash. I mean, this is okay because it transforms Bash, which is a really bad card, into a good card. But I feel like we don't need that right now. I feel like if we upgraded some cards, that'd be good. And we have Pyre, too, which, like, negates the need to make Bash less expensive. Please upgrade some good cards. Alright, we got some good... Those were some good cards that got upgraded right there. It upgraded Strike, which was bad, but it upgraded to Bash, which is basically what I... You know, it's like getting the reward. Upgraded Crimson Mantle, which is really good. It didn't upgrade True Grit, but that's okay. We'll live with it. Catson45 says, I thought Hong Kong was also super hot, though. I'm visiting Hong Kong for the first time. Would appreciate Rex, too. Hong Kong is, like, it's like, very humid, though, right? Yeah, that's also my impression of Hong Kong. We kind of want to rest Max because we have this shovel. So going here and hitting all these question marks, and question marks are really good in Slave Aspire 2, I feel like is very nice. And then avoid all the elites, bro. I'm not trying to fight no elites. Altaroso says, I don't know why my countrymen ghost me. A meetup would be fun. Yeah, Hong Kong meetup. That'll be very cool. Sorry you're getting ghosted by your fellow Hong Kongers. Is that the word? Hong Kong men? That's unfortunate. Give me a pillage. Armaments, bro? I don't know about that. I don't want to really use the block potion yet, so we won't. We're gonna take 7 damage. That's not so bad. Dead Barry says, I'd love to live and work in Hong Kong if the cost of living wasn't insanely high, just as an English teacher or something. Yeah, I hear about, I hear the vibes of, like, moving somewhere and being an English teacher are pretty cool. I didn't know Hong Kong had a high cost of living, though. That does sound like it sucks. Once Gizval says, people from Cali moved to Austin and found out it sucks ass and left back to Cali. That's also what I heard about. That's what I heard as well. Once Gizval, and I've heard that's why people moved back to Cali, is because they got there and they spent a bunch of money, like, improving the infrastructure, and then they realized, like, oh shit, this place sucks. We should fucking move somewhere else. Cat Simmons Forum 5 says, I'm cool being broke near broken California rather than Texas, TBH. It's true. It feels like it would be hard to be broke in in Texas, because you need a car, right? And cars are pretty expensive. This guy's gonna steal my thing? That doesn't seem good. Can I get some weapons here to fight this guy? Draw 3 cards is good. I might be able to get it. Nope. Alright, he's taking my thing. Can I kill you? I can't. That's okay. I'm gonna miss that free block, but it's not the worst thing, I guess. Could have taken an actually good card. Alterosoph says, I know a lot of coworkers who moved here to teach English. It's definitely viable. Sounds very, very cool. Yeah, I hear a lot of people be living that life. Another armaments. Thing is, I'm probably not going to upgrade that armaments because I'm just going to be digging. So give me a blood wall, which combos with our rupture. Catsim says, not the dating apps though. Your video on that was also so depressing. Shout out that video. That's like a very early video, but yeah. Dating apps, man. It's tough in these streets, that's for sure. Idle Terrasov says, I get annoyed thinking about how my ex-boyfriend is probably doing better because he's dating in New York City. There's just more English speakers. I have a language barrier here, so I'd rather date in New York City if I can. Well, that's interesting that there's a language barrier for you, I love Taylor Swift 11. I guess I assumed that you spoke Chinese or Cantonese, but I guess that might not necessarily be true. I'm sorry that happens. Honestly, the dating scene in New York City is not that amazing, so I don't think you should feel that jealous. I think the dating scene in New York City is pretty annoying and fucked because everyone is like a clout chaser, so I wouldn't feel jealous if I were you. Once Gazal says, I want a job in Korea with my computer engineering major. Yeah. I think, I've mentioned this before, but like, if I had more courage, I would move out of the United States and just live somewhere else, just because I think it might be a cool experience. But I'm afraid. I'm just afraid to leave the comfort of everything I've ever known. So, not yet. I feel like another true grit. I don't think we need another true grit, bro. Maybe we could use some more block. But honestly, like, what's our win condition? Our win condition is hit Rupture and Crimson Mantle. True Grit helps us survive, though, to play those cards. But it does slow us down, so we're not going to do that. We're going to skip the True Grit for now. We seem okay on health as well, so I'm going to skip it. The Perry says, I've never even touched the dating app, not interested in dealing with the algorithm. Yeah, I feel like dating apps... Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm too much of a romantic, but I just feel like it's, it just, like, isn't the point of finding love to, like, live the life we want to live and, like, find and, like, live a beautiful romantic life? It's not just to, like, find love as soon as possible, you know what I mean? So, I agree. I don't think dating apps are for me. Once it all says Che Boy. Sakura says the Che Boy heart literally made me spit my drink out. I don't know what Che Boy is. Dead Paradise says the whole Che Boy thing is so dystopian. It's like Cyberpunk 2077 IRL. Don't get me started. Now y'all got... Alright, we gotta pause the game so I can look up what a Che Boy is. Because y'all got me interested. Also, how long is the stream? We're gonna try and... I'm streaming a little bit longer today because, yeah. You know, I was away for a few weeks there, so... I'm gonna try and stream a little bit longer to, make up for it. What's a Che Boy? The apps seem dystopian, Catsim says. Very true. Let me find this, bro. Che Boy. I'm like a boomer who needs to look up, like, what LOL means. Che Boy is a large family-owned industrial conglomerate. Oh, I see. They're like Samsung, Hyundai, and LG. I mean, we have this in America. It's just called, like, billionaires. You know what I mean? I guess it's maybe not, like, family-owned in America as much, but it's still dystopian how, like, billionaires rule the world or rule America. You know what I mean? These Che Boys, bro. It's funny that there is, like, boys, too. Che Boy. And look at them. They are all a bunch of boys. Alright, back to the game. One Skillball says, I don't want to touch the apps. Those things are toxic, hazardous material. So true, dude. So true. I feel like the apps... Yeah, it just sucks all the romance out of it. You know what I mean? Isn't the point of love to find romance? If you're, like, not interested in romance, then why don't you just fucking, get an arranged marriage? You know what I mean? I feel like dating apps are basically the Western form of an arranged marriage, but, like, in, like, a slightly nicer coding, which makes it, like, seem more tolerable. But, like, I just don't think that's the move, bro. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Dead Bear says, also I appreciate you censoring the J slur. I don't know if that was me or someone else. I don't even know if I did that consciously, but nice. Cats and Storm 5 says, if dating in NYC is anything like The Materialists, that's not even worth. That movie was crazy. Reducing people to stats just so dehumanizing and fake and gross. The Materialists. Is that a new movie? I feel like I've heard of it, but I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen it I don't know what that is. Sounds familiar, though. Vaguely familiar. But yeah, people do be pretty vain in the city. What do I want to do here? I'm going to gain how much block when I deal an attack? Like 3 block. I have 4 cards, so I'll take 3 damage. I just don't want to take damage, though. Well, we probably should try to just kill you sooner. So, let's do that. Yeah, I feel like it just doesn't make sense to be, like, reduce everyone's personality down to, like, down to, like, 3 little funny quips that they put on their profile. It does seem like very dehumanizing, and I'm not about that life. Once Gazwell says I'm adding that to my watch list. You and me both, brother. I got a lot on my watch list today. I gotta watch The Materialist. I should have used my block potion at some point so I didn't have to take damage, bro. I gotta be more on top of that shit. And we've been playing a lot of enemies on these question marks. What's up with that? We got this guy, though. I love Taylor Swift 11 says, my friends try to make me feel better by telling me I'm a mama's boy. Telling me a mama's boy would struggle in NYC LOL, but I think being in finance would cancel that out. Being in finance does cancel that out because once again, not to be sexist, but I feel like people are very materialistic in New York City, and if you make a lot of money in New York City, that's definitely a leg up. You'll definitely attract a lot of people. However, I would agree with your friend. I don't think a mama's boy would fare well in the city just because the city's a tough place to live. And if you're a mama's boy, like, I also don't think women would like that. Not that I'm the woman expert, but that seems like not exactly the best. So yeah, I think your friend might be onto something there. 19, 5 damage. We'll take the 5 damage. Dejar says, shout out my Che boys. That's right, shout out the Che boys. Once goes all says, we on the street as Che boys. It's Che boy. Oh, Che bowl? With an L at the end, that's funny. De Verde says, I love how I think it is Che boy. I'm just gonna call them Che boys from that. That's who they are in my brain. I refuse to hear or believe otherwise. They're Che boys to me. I don't know why I did that when I totally didn't need to. Oh no, I did. That block was nice. Once again, I don't think we need to play this, so let's do this. Make our deck a little thinner. I love Taylor Swift 11 says Nepo baby in English. That makes sense. We do have a big issue with Nepo babies in America. Although I will say, I'm a big Gracie Abrams fan. She is the one Nepo baby I will tolerate. Give me a jackpot. Or no, give me a battle trance. Into an armaments. Into a jackpot. Too bad we can't draw, bro. Because this offering would be nice. I think we can just block up, though. We have 16, 24 damage. We've got enough block. Patsons415 says, not a finance bro. Yeah. Finance bros, man. I mean, maybe I'm secretly jealous of them, but I don't think I am. I'm not a finance bro supporter. I really don't understand why Dark Embrace is a rare, because the fact it's rare makes me feel like I should take it. But what do I only have one card that exhausts cards. So I feel like it's not worth it, bro. I really don't understand why Dark Embrace is a rare, especially it costing 2. It just makes no sense to me, dog. Dead Paradise says, I'm a self-proclaimed mama's boy, don't care. Hey, I mean, I love my mom too, bro. It's not cringe to love your mom. Shout out all my mama's boys out there. Sometimes you just gotta love your mom. Because shout out moms. They do a lot for us, you know what I mean? Yeah, upgrade my rupture. Catsins45 says, I feel like it depends on what you mean by mama's boy. Yeah. It does depend, you know. You could be a mama's boy. I feel like, you know, it's bad when you're like a mama's boy who's like super dependent on your mom, you know what I mean? Where you like don't have the ability to like live your own, deal with your own life and your own problems. If you're just a mama's boy who like, you know, loves your mom, who am I to say that's bad? It's also really bad that we weren't able to play our Pyre. I might come to regret not playing the energy potion, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. One skill says, dude, I swear this coin is gonna skyrocket trust. That is what the Che boys say, huh? Trust me, bro. Give me the rupture. We have enough block to deal with this, so let's hit you. Hyloterra says, I think it's wonderful to dote on your mother and care for her, but his mother was the type to call him a bad son if he ever sided with me, and it was stuff like asking her not to call me stupid. I mean, that's just fucking psycho. Like, I know that, like, you know, when you date someone, you're dating the person and not their mom, but also sometimes when a parent of your significant can I speak English? When a parent of your significant other is, like, so psychotic like that, it is hard to, like, you know, keep a straight face and, like, take them seriously. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, I love Taylor Swift. That sounds like it fucking blows. We have to kill you. And I can do that. Like that, bro. Cats and Stormvibe says, like, it's someone who's just close to their mom, that's great, but it's one of those weird mom, pretend she's the GF, that's sus. That's exactly what I'm saying, Cat Sims. Some of these moms be mad sus. And, we can't be having that shit. I don't want to take this much damage, bro, so I am going to spend the energy potion. Might come to regret that. But it's got to be done. Upgrade. Yeah. Shout out all the non-psycho moms out there. Y'all are cool. Everyone else, gotta chill. Exhaust the blood wall. I don't know if I want to take 6 damage, bro. But it might just have to be done so that we can finish this fight. Exhaust to defend. Battle trance me. Alright, we finished the fight, thank God. Taylor Swift says, that's what I mean. Yeah, fuck those people. Fuck those moms. For sure. I'm a little afraid we don't have enough health, so I am going to rest. Might be the coward's way, but it's what I'm going to do. Onceval says, sorry I can't go out with you. My mom said no. 30-year-old male. Yeah. I was saying, just fuck those moms. Fuck those moms. We don't fuck with you, weird-ass moms. Give me a flame barrier. Dead Paradise says, I just mean my mom is my best friend. That's very nice, Dead Paradise. I don't know if I would call my mom my best friend, but she is a very good friend of mine. And, like, honestly, I wouldn't have said that. If you told me I would have said that when I was, like, 16, I would have been like, that's so lame. But, like, as an adult, it's nice to have a good relationship with your parents. Cat Sim says, yeah, that's a no for me, but if you respect your mom, that's a green flag. Yeah. Come on, what are you doing if you're a grown-ass man who doesn't respect your own mother? Come on, you gotta respect your mom, at the very least. But if your mom secretly wants to be your GF, that is weird AF. That is weird. Don't be doing that, moms. No one wants to see that. One Skizwall says, I love my mom, but each word she says increases my cortisol. Yeah, sometimes moms be doing that. Like I said, if you had told me when I was fucking however old that I would have had an improved relationship with my mom, I would have been like, I don't know about that, dog, but yeah. Sometimes moms be stressful, but hopefully, I feel like the age my relationship with my mom started improving was like when I turned like when I turned like 24, 25, that's like the age I started having a better relationship with my mom, which actually goes hand in hand with what I was saying about fucking 25 to 30 is like the enlightened age. So who knows, maybe that's got something to do with it. Swift 11 says, we can't meet at the airport because my mom said it wasn't worth your time. That is crazy, as everyone is saying. That's fucked up. Swift says, I'm sorry to yap about it so much. I'm still trying to move forwards, but I'm really glad y'all are so kind. Nah, don't feel bad. Like, I understand. I mean, I understand trying to get over shit. Swift 11. Like I said, there's like so much bullshit in my neighborhood outside my window that like fucking stresses me the fuck out. And it's like sometimes, you know, sometimes that's just fucked. And it's not your fault that you gotta deal with it. And we're all human beings. We're all trying to work out, you know, all our different feelings and emotions. So it's understandable. One Skills of All says, did you give my music suggestion a listen? Honestly, no, because I forgot it. But if you tell me right now, if you tell me right now, bro, I will write it down with my pen. So if you drop it in the chat, I will write it down. Catson5 says, F that finance, bro. No, actually, but his mom gonna make his life miserable anyway. Sounds like you dodged the bullet. Yeah, that's so true. Another thing I've been, like, working through is, like, when I'm upset or angry at someone, like, I feel upset and angry. You know what I mean? And, like, I feel mad that, like, nothing bad happens to someone who makes me upset and angry. But then something I've just been telling myself is that, like, that person is gonna get their karma. You know what I mean? And, like, that honestly does, like, calm my heart down a little bit. And, like, sometimes it's true. Sometimes when someone's fucked up to you, they're just, like, building their own life to be, like, fucked up and messed up. And, like, they're, like, creating their own problems for themselves. So, like, you ain't gotta worry about it. They're gonna get their own karma. Everyone's saying their moms are cool. Shout out all the moms. Shout out all the moms. We respect you guys. Shout out all the moms. Taylor Swift 11 says, how many of us see ourselves as our parents someday? I do see myself, like, I notice myself, like, acting like my dad sometimes. Or, like, I notice myself, like, having personality traits of my parents. And I'm like, bro, this shit's crazy. I'm actually gonna be my parents. Yeah. I could see it. I definitely could see it. Do I have enough damage to kill you? Straight up, I do. And I won't even take any damage. This is a great run so far. I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm gonna be too cocky, but it's a great run so far. Do we have any cards we need to upgrade? Not really. Give me another relic. A Giria? Pretty good. Although I'll probably just keep digging, so I don't know how useful it'll actually be. One skill boss says, are we being idealistic or realistic? I feel like, realistically, I am going to be my parents. And then idealistically, it's not like my parents. You know, I respect my parents. I think they're good people. So I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world to, like, turn into my parents. You know what I mean? My parents are good people. So, honestly, like, if I turned out like them and, like, was able to raise a family like them and, like, just generally be good to my family like them, I think that would be a win. So I gotta shout out the parents. I respect you guys. Catson45 says, I would like to be a mom someday, but having children in this economy, gritting emoji. So true. Also, my career is hell important. I don't want to be more penalized by being a mom in the male-dominated field. That is fucked up, how women are penalized for for like having kids in a male-dominated field, and like just like, you know, having to. Hold on, I gotta do some fucking math to deal with this fucking shit, bro. Okay, I think we can do a bash, a breakthrough, no, a strike, breakthrough? Probably a breakthrough. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Cat, since we're on 5. I also would like to have kids. I haven't even, like, thought about the fact that, like, it's gonna be ridiculously expensive to have kids, which is, like, very true. That thought is just, like, hanging out in the back of my mind, and I'm like, I guess I'll cross that road when I get to it, but that shit is gonna be tough. That shit is gonna be tough. Once it all says, Patience by Tame Impala. You typed it into your browser last time. Alright, I'm writing it down. It's going in my notebook, bro. Patience. Tame Impala. This pen has no ink, bro. See, I could have faked that, bro. I could have faked like I was writing it down, but I'm getting an actual pen that actually works. Patience. Tame Impala. Where's my dog, bro? I've kind of been neglecting my dog all day, neglecting Moose, just playing this video game. But I gotta check in on him soon. After I fucking crush at this game, bro. I suggest the entire album Currents though, and Lonerism. Okay, I'm writing this down, bro. Currents and Lonerism applies to everyone in this chat. Hey, don't insult my chat. Don't call us a bunch of lonely, sad boys. Cat Sims and I Love Heroes say they're turning into their moms. That's okay. Once again, I mean, you guys, like I said, you guys said you like your moms, so maybe not the worst thing in the world. Shout out all the moms out there. We respect you guys. Something like this. I don't want to take all this damage. And I would like to strength up ASAP, though. Alright, we got a lot of strength, but we don't have a lot of HP, so we gotta get this show on the road soon. I Love Herself Love says, I say things she says a lot. Do you enjoy being yelled at? That is funny. No one enjoys being yelled at, dog. Alright, what are we gonna do here? We gotta kill you this turn. So I think a jackpot will get us close. Toss that. Hit you with a jackpot. Primal Force is very nice. Let's... True Grit. Draw 3 cards. That's just enough. Dead Perry says, I love children, but I don't want to bring a child into this world. I think the future will be worse than today. That's another thing to consider, bro. That's another big thing to consider. Once again, I haven't even crossed that road yet. That's just like... I'm like, that's something for future me to worry about. The fucking bullshit my kid's gonna have to deal with. Which is unfortunate for my kid. We don't have enough strength to kill you, bro? Oh, just enough. Exact change, let's go. And then, I think, maybe a True Grit here. Oh, and I get to choose a card to exhaust. Perfect, bro. I don't think we need another Primal Force. But we do need all those defense. Yeah, I mean, with all the shit going on in the world, I'm not gonna kill the mood by just listing everything fucked in the world, but the world is in a pretty fucked place, and I don't know. It's tough out there. It's definitely tough out there. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We're close. We'll kill him next turn. We're gonna save our potion, which is nice. What Dead Paradise says, whenever I see a child, I pray they will not become a conscript in World War III. Yeah. Like, I mean, whenever China gets into Taiwan, we're all fucked. We're all so fucked when China goes to Taiwan. These are all 3 really good cards. Not Yet, Impervious, and Offering. Offering is so good. It gives us the opportunity to play like our Pyre. Not Yet's really good. Impervious is really good. I feel like we need an Offering because that's going to help with the boss. And we just pray that we have enough health. We just heal, maximally heal on the 3rd act. Because these 2, they don't actually help us win. They help us survive. And surviving is very important. But I feel like we need to play these 3 cards. These 3 cards are our win condition. So just the faster we can get through our deck, the better off we'll be. And just like kickstart that. Not yet. I really want to take it, but I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna take the offering. I Love Heroes 11 says, I guess it's only good to have children if you can financially protect them from all the bad in the world. Yeah, I mean, these are very interesting. Swift 3. Brilliant Scarf. Oh my god, these are all some really good cards. Swift, once again, makes our deck a lot faster, which we need. What I was just talking about is like our win condition. Looming Fruit, though, might be what we need to fight this double boss. But we do have the Chosen Cheese, which is also good. This is a toughie. Pyre kind of fixes this. Looming Fruit kind of fixes, or Chosen Cheese kind of fixes our max health. Beautiful Bracelet just makes our deck faster, and like making our deck faster is just always good. And what would I enchant? Probably you, probably these 2, and maybe even an Armaments. As crazy as that sounds. Swift 3. I was on a plane yesterday, and there were people out our age talking about wanting kids in the next 5 years. I was like, Pikachu face. Yeah, people, whenever anyone my age has a kid, I'm like, wow. Go you. I'm also very behind on chat. What should I pick, bro? The 5th card you play each turn is free. I feel like that's just not as useful with Pyre because we don't have energy problems. Beautiful Bracelet, bro. Give me a Beautiful Bracelet. We're going to enchant Rupture, Crimson Mantle, and maybe a Shrug It Off. A Shrug It Off drawing 4 is kind of amazing. I don't know if Armaments upgrades before or after. Probably after, so probably just upgrade this Armaments, bro. Yeah, maybe you should upgrade to Shrug It Off. I don't know. Katzen45 says, or One Skull says they might be rich. They might be rich. True. True. Very true. We're going to take this maximal rest path just so I can fight the boss without fucking dying. Yeah, that seems right. We might... I got a good feeling about this run, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll see. Castle45 says, but having kids for them to be in World War III and the insane shit happening in my country, even if you're rich, yeah. One Soul says, I think World War III is a bit of a stretch, but I def see why. I'm telling you, when China gets into Taiwan, we all just gotta pray. Castle45 says, I know 2 people are pregnant at 27, which is always crazy to me. Man, I can't even get my shit together. Go adopt a cat and you're having a human child. I've said this before on chat, but it's crazy to me that, like, if you want to have a kid, you could just have a kid. You know what I mean? No one's gonna, like, stop you. But if you wanna... Oh, boy, this is tough, because we have all our cards, but I don't want to die right away. Or I don't want to take all this damage right away, bro. Rupture... Can we draw our... Oh. Exhausted the exact card I didn't want to exhaust. Oh, but we have our Cloak Clasp and Gorge It, bro. Can't believe I forgot about it. That beautiful shit. Yeah, it's funny to me that, like, if you want to get a cat, you have to fill out all these adoption papers. If you want to have a kid, they're just like, yeah, bro. Here's your fucking kid. They don't give a fuck. Or, not that here's your fucking kid, but you can just make a kid on your own. You don't have to fill out any paperwork. And that's just it. That's your fucking kid. You know what I mean? Nice. Dead Paradise says, unfortunately, with the dwindling amount of resources on Earth and the skyrocketing value of resources, it makes logical sense to go to war when resources are so valuable and human life is cheap. I can barely get 5 kids to stop. 11 says, I can barely get 5 kids to stop messing about and do their homework. Never mind having a child of my own. Kids are fucked, I love Taylor Swift 11. I fucking hate kids. So I agree with you. Katzen says, small deck time? It is small deck time. I love Taylor Swift is a teacher. That's why she gotta deal with 5 kids. Katzen says, do we think introverted Natus is an only child? Hiei says, yes. You're wrong. I love Taylor Swift 11 says, he mentioned he has an older sister, if I recall correctly. You do recall correctly. Shout out you and your amazing recall. Bloodletting is kind of nice because we just had an energy problem. So although it makes us slower, it also combos with our rupture. Give me the bloodletting. Katzen45 says, oh really, as an only child I get only child vibes. I do feel like, you know, shout out my sister, love my sister, but I do sometimes feel like I did grow up like kind of on my own. I was a very like solitary child. So I do sometimes feel like I have only child vibes. But I do have a sister. Shout out my sister. Once again, I don't feel like we have a block problem, so I'm not going to pollute my deck with these random block cards that make me slow. We're actually just going to save our money for the next shop and see what we get there. I've tried to reject this before, and it actually told me it was going to fucking make me die if I rejected it. So I will accept. Upgrade 2 cards. What would I want to upgrade? Probably a True Grit. True Grit and a... I don't know what else. I'll probably just take 2 relics, bro. That seems really good. Amethyst Aubergine and Ornamental Fan. Really good, bro. Casson45 says, thank you for your service for being a teacher. Thank you, Taylor Swift 11. You're out here doing the Lord's work, educating the next generation. It really do be important to do that shit. So, shout out. I love Taylor Swift 11. Give me the power potion. That might come in super clutch. One Skizal says, I'm going to be a temporary teacher in June, hopefully. Shout out One Skizal, also doing the Lord's work. Pop Bill 1605 says, I'm also going to be a temporary teacher in June. Shout out all y'all doing the Lord's work. Once again, yeah. Like, someone says, I hope y'all survive. I didn't see who said that. Oh, I love Taylor Swift says, praying y'all survive. Yeah, me too. I pray y'all survive that shit, bro. I should have actually hit you with this blood, with this fucking bash, bro. I could have killed you. Flame barrier, bloodletting, defend. Sockless says, wow, lots of teachers, ex-teachers, me, soon-to-be teachers, and want to give teaching a go in this chat. Shout out all the teachers. Once again, y'all doing the Lord's work. I feel like... Yeah, I mean, as I've been complaining about needing a job, my mom was like, have you considered being a teacher? Because, like, teachers, you know, they're always hiring, they're always looking to hire teachers and shit. It just seems like a very stable job, so, shout out all the teachers. Chasm says, doing the Lord's non-religious work, exactly. We are gonna be fucked on this turn, bro. Give me this speed potion, so I don't get fucking lose all my HP. 21 block. Hold on, we got a lot of cards in our hand too, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll have 8 block for free. 23 block. We probably still play with Blood Wall. Battle Trance? Oh, Battle Trance into an offering? I feel like we don't need the offering though. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Let's see. One Skill says, I'm going to be paid $14 an hour for a company that's costing families $700 for a few days of basic science education. That is a lot of money. $700 for a few days? I mean, but The education market do be crazy out here. It do be a lot of money to pay for your child's education. Nice. Once Caval says, it's for a week for basic ass shit, man. It really is a lot. Inferno combos with our Rupture and just gets us going faster. And that, honestly, like, maybe we just need to go faster. Gotta go fast. So I'm gonna take the Inferno. And I'm dodging the elites, bro. That is a lot of money. The whole, like, you know, the whole, the child rearing industrial complex is very expensive. Once of all says, I think the founders are rich startup bros or something. Not the rich startup bros, bro. Those are, yeah, those people are tough, man. Those people are some tough people to deal with. Give me a shrug it off. Shrug it off or a jackpot or an offering, bro. Why don't we start with the offering? Or why don't we just start with the jackpot? Give me 3 free cards, bro. Another offering. It's 2 offerings. I don't want to lose 12 HP, though, if I can help it. $14 an hour is pretty bad to teach science. I agree with you there, Cat Sims. 14 bucks seems like you're being a little underpaid. Maybe not even a little, maybe a lot underpaid. Give me that. Give me Breakthrough. And give me True Grit. Exhaust the Regret. Amazing. We could get some more Bloodletting. I feel like if we do damage to you faster, it might just be helpful. So let's do this. Getting Bash is nice. Alright, I don't want to lose any health. Yeah, Perry says, I'm also an only child. Shout out all the only children. Doing, I don't know what. Not the Lord's work, but something. Doing something. I feel like we don't need to lose that health. We can just kill you probably with a Breakthrough next turn. Here we go. Yeah, we're losing health fighting all these dudes. Once Solis says an internship over the summer, and Catson's Pro 5 says introverted sister confirmed. Introverted sister indeed confirmed. Pillage is a draw card, but it's like a very weird draw card. I'm not going to take it because we already have energy problems, I feel. Once Caval says, I'm hoping it adds to it adds to my resume, aka your resume, and I'm sure it will, bro. People love seeing shit on your resume. Just as much shit as you can cram in your resume, do it. Once Caval says, we need introverted sister in the stream. Maybe one day, bro. Maybe one day if I can convince her to get on stream. We'll see. Give me a Rupture. Fully block me. Oh, actually. Coco holding a plushie. Shout out Coco holding a plushie. 6022, welcome back to the stream, says, damn, isn't the U.S. expensive to survive with $14 an hour? The U.S. is expensive to survive with $14 an hour. You are, it's a lot, you know, you definitely can't live on your own on $14 an hour. No offense to, you, my dog, but you probably already knew that. Tire me, Bloodletting me, Crimson Mantle me, Bloodwall me, Inferno me. Now you're cooked. We took a lot of self-damage there, but you're cooked now. Cat Sim says the age range is 8 to 14 on varying topics depending on what I'm assigned. But yeah, 14 is jack shit, and my on-campus job can go down to 9 or 10 an hour. 9 or 10 an hour, once again, I mean, that's crazy. They can't... How can they expect you to survive on that shit, bro? That's extremely little money. Shout out you, though, doing the Lord's work. 8 to 14... That's like, you know, I've said this before, 14-year-olds, 8 to 14 is like the worst age for kids. Those kids are a bunch of little shits. So, fuck them. Fuck those kids. Fuck them kids, man. Catsins415 says, yikes, that's a rough age. That's exactly what I'm saying, Catsins415. That's a toughie. I'm not envious of you having to deal with those fucking kids, bro. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, bro. There was no reason to do that. That's okay, bro. Once says, I pray I can lure them, get educated using 67 and tongue suffer. I resisted learning what 6-7 was for the longest time. I was like, I refuse. And then eventually my cousin told me. But I had no idea what tongue suffer is. Shout out you, dude. You, dude. You gotta deal with some fucking bullshit with them kids. Heal me. And we're dodging that elite, bro. We're dodging it like the plague. I Love Terrorist of 11 says, once they start, they won't stop. Do Hong Kong kids do 6-7 once the law says? And I Love Terrorist of 11 says, yup. Fuck them kids, man. Fuck them kids. That's all I gotta say. Shrug it off. Armaments. Bloodletting. We're comboing so hard right now, bro. True Grit. Regret. Get the fuck out of my deck. Do we have... I'm sure we do. So Inferno me. We've got plenty of block. What would we draw? I feel like we actually want to save all these nice cards for next turn, so I will not be playing the Pillage. I will be striking your ass, though. Altera Swift says, English is my first language, so I might be biased, because that's who I interact with the most. Once all says, yeah, first of all, I fucking caught up to chat. Let's fucking go! I've been fucking yapping non-stop for like the last 30 minutes. I finally caught up to chat. Anyway. Fucking kids, man. Once again, I'm sure when I was fucking 12 years old, all the adults were like, these fucking kids are stupid. But damn, these kids are fucking stupid. And I feel like they're fucking getting stupider. Once again, I'm sure that's what they said when I was 12. But damn, these kids. Another Bloodletting. I feel like another Bloodletting would be welcome in this deck, bro, because of our energy problems. It just helps us play Pyre and all this shit fast. And because we have such a good draw, we'll probably have big hands. Give me the Bloodletting. Maybe I'll regret that. Let's do this. We're about to fight two bosses, bro. I believe in us. I believe that we can do this shit, bro. Pyre me. Offering me. Oh, and we have the fucking Centennial Puzzle, which is goated too. I Love Terror Swift 11 says, my student asked me if he could write something diabolical. I can't. Cassin Storm 5 says, poor kids can't read. That actually is very funny. Kids, man. Kids are fucking stupid, man. There's no two ways around it. Kids are fucking idiots. And I'm supposed to respect them or something. Nah, bro. Fuck them kids. Look at it. Look at us. Look at our beautiful Bloodletting. I said it would help us. It is helping us. We're losing a lot of health, though, but I think we gotta do it to try and kill this guy fast. So let's strike you. Jackpot you. Ooh, we get 2 more bloodlettings. I don't think we actually need that many bloodlettings, so we're not gonna play them. We're gonna upgrade you. Hit you, bro. Oh shit. Smacked my mic, bro. Alright, and here we go. Here's our super awesome combo. Crimson Mantle. I guess we kind of need to block, though. So, shrug it off. Breakthrough? I guess Rupture first, even though it'll fuck up our... We won't have as much draw as I would like. What do we do here, bro? We actually have so much shit going on that I'm a little confused. Maybe a Bloodletting. Let's just finish this fight fast, and then we don't have to deal with this fucking bullshit. Screen went black, bro. I have no idea why he keeps doing that. C'est la vie, though. Hit you. Nice. Another Bloodlet. I feel like at this point I don't want to keep randomly sacrificing health. Spites. Battle Trance. No attacks, bro. Oh boy. Now I actually regret not playing the Bloodletting. Oh, we got it. We got there. Another Shrug It Off is kind of nice, because I do feel like we're a little block hungry now. And it's free draw. And I feel like I've heard, I heard that you could never have enough Shrug It Offs in your deck, and I feel that's kind of true. Battle Trance is also really good, though. Battle Trance or Shrug It Off. I feel like maybe Battle Trance. Give me the Battle Trance. Maybe I'll regret that. We're gonna rest. Alright, here we go. Double boss. We're gonna try and not lose all our health on this guy. But we'll see if that's possible. Pyre. We have to play Pyre. And then we have to play this because we have to block. But we are not going to get a lot of block here. I don't want to take that much damage, so we're going to burn the power potion here. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 3 block. Or another Pyre. I feel like I kind of just have to go with the other Pyre. Alright. No idea if that was the right move. Once the boss says O and the SCH and the ship. No idea what that is. Once the boss says the school I'm going to is rich AF. Shout out that school, man. Rolling in the dough. When you're rich, you're rich. What can you say? This is a tough one here because we are going to take a lot of damage here. Which I don't like. But that's life in the jungle. Taylor Swift says, more money. It's late in Hong Kong tonight, y'all. I hope I catch the next stream. Have a good night, Taylor Swift 11. It is pretty late in Hong Kong. And yeah, it was nice having you. I will switch up the stream times probably next week just so everyone, you know, is on stream at, everyone can tune in to stream at a different time and be involved. But yeah, it was nice having y'all. Good night, homie. I can't believe we might immediately die to you. So I'm going to hit you like this. Hopefully get some attacks. We need to hit you hard, bro. If we play these two, I think we'll have enough juice to kill you. So, what do we do here? Give me a... I don't want to play Rage. So, first, give me a Drama Battle. Okay. That wasn't enough. What's the math here, bro? We have 3 health. We're not going to be able to kill you this turn. We'll be able to kill you next turn. So we're about to take a huge hit. Once Gaval says their school is private, they got a lot of international kids from China. That's where all the money comes from, bro. As we all know, they do got money in China. I feel like we have to play Crimson Mantle, which is scary to me. We cannot kill you this turn. We just have to survive here. Oh boy, this is very tough, bro. 51 damage, bro. You gotta be joking me, bro. I don't want a Blood Wall. I don't want a Flame Bear. I mean, we're not gonna be able to kill the next boss with like 1 HP. What a run, though, guys. It was a good run. But damn, we couldn't kill this guy fast enough. Give me a Flame Barrier, I guess. That's our best block option. Oh, we're just gonna die immediately? Damn, bro. Oh, no, we have... Oh, right, we have Cloak Clasp and all that bullshit. Alright, we have to kill you in like 5 turns, though, because we have no additional health. Which I don't think we're gonna be able to do, sadly. Yeah, alright. There's 2 more health next turn. And maybe I could just kill myself, though, in the game. Not give him the satisfaction of killing me. Here we go. I'm just going to kill myself so he doesn't have the satisfaction of killing me. Damn, that was an amazing run, though. I really thought we had something there. And we made it to the boss, but we just didn't have enough health, I guess. Sad, sad. Anyway, we're going to wrap up the stream by playing some Geoguessr. And that'll be a stream, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I had a great time. Great time chatting, hanging out. And yeah, I hope everyone has a beautiful Saturday and continues to have a beautiful Saturday. And we'll wrap it up here, bro. We'll just play until I hear that beautiful Geoguessr music. And then we'll call it a stream. Gassins415 says, great run, dude. Thank you. Thank you for gassing me up. I appreciate it. I appreciate Cat Sims. You're like the only person here who knows, who plays Slave Spire, I think. So everyone else, when I'm playing it, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? I have no idea what's going on. I appreciate you gassing me up, Cat Sims 415. Alright. Look at this fancy-ass place, bro. It's like fancy, but then also very tropical. I feel like I remember this has like the vibe of like the Philippines or Indonesia. Look at this house. Very interesting architecture here. This must be very rich. It's very interesting that there's like this mansion here, or at least a gate like a mansion, and then this rundown ass place here. What the hell? Let me move my face too. Boom. Where could this be? I'm gonna lean towards like the Philippines, but we're gonna keep looking. Oh, I can see the road, and the road is Thai, bro. Spoil it for myself. But I do believe it do be Thailand. Where the fuck is Thailand? Right here, bro. Chasms45 says big ass security camera. I didn't even notice that. Let me go back and check it out. And look, we're on this big bustling road. What the hell? Where was that little road? I accidentally clicked somewhere and like totally got out of it. Oh, now I'm even more out of it. Alright, oh well. Look at this big road, bro. Mekong Soft. See, this is Thai all here. I do believe this is Thailand. I can't read any... Or is this... This isn't Thai, bro. Is this Hindu? Or I don't know what the word is for it, because I'm ignorant. But is this India, bro? Let me look at some people. I might be an idiot, bro. FST8Y9. Welcome back to the stream, FST8Y9. Good to have you. Hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. It says, looks like Philippines were close. It could be the Philippines. That was my initial impression, so I won't put that out I won't doubt that yet, but what is this language? I feel like it is not the language, isn't the language of the Philippines Tagalog, which is like written with English characters. If I could see some people, I could be, as we always are on OpenGuessr, a little racist and judge where we are based on what the people look like. But here's a person. I can't really make out this. I have no idea who this guy is, though. Can't really see anyone in their cars, though. Alright, here's a person. 2 people. This guy is super anonymous. One skill says, I know what I want. I know where it is, but don't want to hint it. I appreciate your integrity, One Skills of all. I appreciate it. I feel like India isn't this tropical. And look at this. This is a Hindu temple, right? Or what? Once again, I don't know what it's fucking called. I'm ignorant. This could be India, bro. Look at this beautiful temple, man. India, India's warm, right? I could see them having some vegetation like this. FSTY9 says, what about Myanmar? AKA Burma. I had a friend growing up who was Burmese. So it was kind of fucked my brain when I found out the country like changed its name to Myanmar or something. It could be Myanmar. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. Once again, I'm ignorant. These people look kind of Asian, though, to be racist once again. They look like... This lady looks a little Asian, you know what I mean? She doesn't look Indian. So it could be Myanmar. Is this Thai? I don't know, man. What religion do they have in Thailand? My screen keeps going black. I don't know why. But it doesn't look like it affects the stream. So that's okay. Hennessy. Even in this country, they're drinking Hennessy. Sampasong Design and Construction Solely Incorporated. Sampasong. Sampasong. Now, what vibe does that give me? I mean, that does give me some, like, Thai or, like, Myanmar vibes. I don't think this is the language that they use in India. Cooler Master. Hey, Dead Paradise. They got some ACs here, bro. Checking my music, bro. Just waiting for that music to kick in. That beautiful, beautiful music. I just want to see a flag. Once again, if this was America, you would have seen like 500 American flags by now. No flags here though. Ceylon Photo Digital. Sunsilk. Oh, a sign. Some bus sign. Can't hesitate Kobleko Komasu. Formula. This is definitely this blurred out face. She is some Asian pop star shilling for this drink. So I do believe we're somewhere in Asia. Where could it be though? Can I go here? Maybe this little farmer's market will provide some information. Lautel.com. Let's keep going on this main road. I feel like there will be more clues on this main road. Technology. Oh, got some flags. Are those flags? I have no idea. It's just a random amalgamation of pixels. No flags, huh? Not a very prideful country. Because that's definitely how you express pride in your country, just by having 500 fucking flags everywhere. What's this sign say? This sign looks like it might say something. Learn and grow together. Sapanta Bilingual School. Another's... It's like the English zone, dude. Kasim says, is it Laos? Could be Laos. I have no idea where that is on the map, though. Oh, I see right here. Myanmar. I don't think this language is Thai. And it's not the Philippines. So it could be one of these. You're probably right. It's one of these countries. Right here. In the south of China. Sakla says, you did pass by a communist flag, if it helps. Didn't even notice that. That is helpful. So, I mean, but aren't all these countries, like, communist in one form or another? What is this language, bro? Oh, look at this flag, bro. I have no idea what country's flag this is, but it's a flag. So if that flag is not going to help me figure out what country this is, then I just got to pick where we are. It's some kind of red and blue flag. You know what? I think I will go with... Oh, actually I could see the different... If I zoom in, I can see the different way the different cities are spelled actually in Google Maps. I don't know if that's cheating, but I'm going to cheat. It's one of these three countries. It's Myanmar, Thailand, or Laos. I could believe that flag is the flag of Laos, bro. Was it Laos? It was, bro. Or where's the border? And the music kicks in. Beautiful, bro. It actually was this city. I actually wanted to pick this city because I was like, this is the only city, bro. All right, that's we're gonna have to just end it there because that was so good and the music kicked in right on time. I'm gonna turn up the music. Turn up that music, bro. Turn that shit up. All right. That's the stream, everyone. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I had a great time. I'm just gonna yap here for a hot second just to let everything catch up and wrap it up. In case anyone has any final parting words to say to each other. But yeah, I'll probably try to set up a Discord this week or at least look into it. And then I'll report back to everyone on the state of what we're doing with the Discord or community next time. But yeah, I had a great time streaming today. I had a great time chatting. I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your days. Once Gizval says, I'm considering falling asleep again. Dude, there's nothing like a beautiful second nap, bro. Or second nap in the middle of the day. I'm about to go. I mean, I did that all this week, bro. I woke up and I took a nap in the middle of the day. It fucked my whole life up. But, it's the weekend, so you might as well nap, bro. Sockless says, thank you for stream. I hope you catch up on some sleep this coming week. I really appreciate it, Sockless. I'm trying to protect my bedtime as fuck this week. So I hope you also, you know, have a chill week. Hope you all have a great time doing your chores. Hope everyone catches some sleep. Especially War Mike, who was like fucking grinding on his thesis. Yeah, Catsim says, yes, we did it, man. I actually, like, I should have picked, like, closer to this city. Because it was literally the only city I saw in Laos. And I was like, it's probably this city. But then I always, like, pick right outside the city. Because I feel like I'm in a suburb. But that actually looked like a city. So I just picked it. Anyway. Catsim says, thanks, man. Have a good week. Hope you have a good week, CatSims415. Hope you're recovering from your trip to New York and enjoying the not hot ass weather of SF, because this isn't SF fucking cold all the time. I don't know. Once Gizval says your music homework is due by next week. Oh yeah, I got it right here, bro. Patience by Tim Impala. Currents, Lonerism, because we all lonely as fuck. FST8Y9 says a little late today, but see you guys next week. That's right, FST8Y9. I'll see y'all next week. I'll report back on the Discord how that's going, or if I'm doing something else. But I've heard the feedback that y'all would like some sort of community building device that's not just the chats of eStream. So I'll work on that. But yeah, I had a great time streaming. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm about to go play with my dog because I've been neglecting him for the last 3 hours, and he's been like, what the fuck is my owner doing? He's touching the computer instead of touching me. So I'm gonna go check out Moose. Sockla says Moose was pretty quiet today. Have a good night, Moose. During the break, he was like, please, Dad, please don't go back to the computer machine. Please play with me. So Moose has been a good boy. He's earned a lot of pets. And once he says good night, Moose. Moose, I'm sure he says good night or good afternoon or good morning to all y'all, depending on whatever your time zone is. And I also say the same. So I'm signing off. Stay safe. Stay sane. I'll catch you next time. Peace.